We have Nikki and Samara. All right, they're here. They're going to answer some questions for you, for other up and coming therapists, and for veteran therapists. All right, Nikki and Samara, when did you first know that you wanted to become a massage therapist?
You want to go first?
Okay. Well, I have a background in healthcare. I used to be a nursing student, and I always knew that I wanted to help people. And a friend of mine told me about his experience going to school, and just thought I would give it a try and go on an interview, open house. And I liked what they had to say, so I signed up for the program.
Okay, so I got my first professional massage in Puerto Rico a few years ago, and as soon as he was done and I could not even move off the table, I wanted to have that power, and I'd always believed in the healing powers of touch, and I just wanted to take it there, and here I am.
Very nice, outstanding. I like that. Do you have a massage ritual that you guys practice before a massage?
I try to get my head right before I actually go into my room. Like, if I'm in the parking lot, I just, okay, here we go. You don't know who you're going to deal with. You just don't know what kind of day you're going to have. So you just go in with the woosah, and you just go in there and do what you know how to do.
Perfect.
I would say ritual. I mean, I just make sure that I read up on the client to know what I'm getting ready to get into, and then
read the paperwork.
Definitely read the history, and sometimes I go back kind of far too if I don't know anything about them, because some people like to leave notes about what they don't like, what they do like, and some people don't like to repeat themselves like every time they come in. I always try to make sure I have a breath mint.
Oh yeah, yes,
So that
yes.
I am not breathing hot, funky air
After your tuna sandwich.
Very nice.
I'll make sure everything smells fresh, and just then that's it. Just go in, and get ready.
All right. Yeah. So no eating Chipotle?
No. Oh, I also do warm my hands with a hot stone too, to make sure that it's a nice warm introduction.
Perfect. Wonderful. Wonderful. Do you think your school has prepared you for success? And if you don't mind telling everybody which school that you went to, or if you can abbreviate the letters.
We went to NMTI, National Massage Therapy Institute, and in a few ways I think they prepared us, but there's really no preparation until you're just out there in the real world, and you have to experience it before you just, you just have to get better at it and just learn it and through living it, you know what I mean? So they can't tell you everything, but we did do the clinicals and the back-to-back clients and having to deal with different personalities, and so overall, yes, but it just the tip of the iceberg. Like, you had to go in as like after you get to work and you learn it for yourself. Go ahead.
So I mean, we both graduated from the same school
at the same time.
So this is 2 years that we've been massage therapists now, and I agree 100%. Like, you don't. I mean, they prepare you for what they can, but it's nothing like real life experience.
Absolutely.
The clinicals were definitely good because it gives you a little bit of an idea, but you just have to get in there. You're going to make mistakes. A lot of mistakes.
Say it.
And then you just learn from them, don't repeat them, and that's it. Just got to keep going.
But you might repeat them, but
you
try not to.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any high maintenance clients or demanding requests from your clients?
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead, take the lead on that one.
Man, that is the one thing I've learned is a lot of patience and just being very understanding, like with everything, just trying to be, they're human, you're human. So, but I have clients who they need the face rest to be at a 45-degree angle pointed down. Like, cannot be any other way. I have clients who they're too hot. They just want the sheet, no blankets.
Some don't want that.
They don't want that. Then I have a client who doesn't like the eye pillow, so she bought her own personal one that she brings in, and I have to use hers.
Good Lord.
The list continues. I have clients who can't be on their stomach, so they have to be sidelined. And so you just have to make accommodations.
Yeah.
I have clients who need help getting on the table, getting off the table. Like, I wouldn't call that high maintenance though, but that's, you know, just some of the adjustments you might have to make. But yes, I have clients who they want a rolled towel underneath their neck once they turn onto their backs. Things that are not included in our service. Like,
we should charge a tip.
You know, charge a little extra.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. But it's all about customer service, and when you do those extra things for them, I have clients who I have had from day one. They have not left me 2 years straight now, and they will not see anybody else because of the little things that I do for them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Smart.
Oh, I can't even top that, but that covers a lot of people, and she probably touched on anybody you will ever meet. And my thing is, it is about customer service and accommodating the client, as well as being a therapist and knowing what the client needs. So you need to accommodate them as well as still be therapeutic, you know, towards their body, and just listen to their body and listen to them and come to a happy medium and make everybody just happy.
And of course, you don't want to, if there's something you're not comfortable with, then you let them know.
Absolutely.
Just, you know, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to help you with this.
It's all about communication and boundaries.
And they have to respect that.
Yes.
All right, very nice, very nice. And we'll talk about what type of client actually gets these type of extra services. If you've heard about someone giving extra time, like what is in depth in these services that you're talking about, like extra, like a hot towel, or you give them extra hot stone on the face or something like that. We'll get into that in just a minute, but because I think a lot of people want to know, like, man, how do I keep my clients coming back? Like you just said, like, man, people keep coming back and back and back, just for different services. So if you could shed some light on that type of subject, I think it will help them out.
Okay. So, you go? Okay. And one thing that I do a lot, especially, if there's a lot of tension, say, in the shoulders, but I try to convince them about doing hot stones and they really don't want to do it. I always take the hot stones, get them cool enough in my hands that it's going to be comfortable on their shoulders. I rub them onto the shoulders and just lay them right there. Not an additional charge or anything, but just as a extra touch.
Very nice.
Let them get a taste of it.
A little taste, and then I'll ask them after the service, how did you like the hot stones that I left on your traps? Oh, that was so nice. Well, you should try the entire service the next time you come in. It'll really help to alleviate the tension.
Dang, so you buttered the bread, you buttered them up.
Man.
The other thing that I do too, especially they have like a 90-minute, but they don't want any extra services. I'll wrap their feet in hot towels sometimes, and they love that. Or I'll wrap a hot towel around their neck with a dry towel over top, and it just adds to it. It just makes it even more, and other therapists don't do that. So
exactly, it's more luxurious. And so, are you doing any extra?
What I do a lot, I use the hot towels a lot, like especially on the back, the upper back and lower back, and if I do have extra time, I'll wrap the feet as well, and the heat is just something about it. It's soothing, it's relaxing, it's just, the clients are like, oh man, and I'll ask afterwards as well, like, did you enjoy that? Or, and at the beginning I'll say, if there's anything I'm doing that's uncomfortable, let me know. But I don't get any complaints when I do stuff like that. But definitely try to do that extra mile, and they'll come back to you.
Very nice. You guys just saved, many therapists and getting more tips and stuff like that. Does your family support you in your massage career?
yeah, definitely.
100%.
100%.
100%.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next. All right, I thought I was gonna get more feedback on that. Where would you like to practice massage in a perfect world, like on an ocean, a cruise ship?
Oh, Hawaii.
Mhm.
Definitely. Hawaii.
That's a good answer. I'm gonna take
It
that
is
one
good,
too.
yes.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like, if money wasn't an object, if my family wasn't right here,
Yeah.
like, I would just scoop up everybody, and just be on the beach and
That's
just
right. Put the
let me
massage table in the
drink it.
water right
That's-
there. and
Yes,
just-
the
Mhm.
breeze, the 75, 80-degree weather.
Have
Y'all,
mercy.
please.
Yeah. Exactly.
How do you handle clients that stink, or they talk too much or text during your service?
I've never encountered a client that has actually texted.
Oh.
But no, I haven't personally. But as far as stink, you can't let them see you grimace at their body odor. Because I don't know if it may be a cultural thing. You don't know if they smell themselves. Because we do have clients that come straight from the gym or whatever. It might be straight from the gym. And that might be that gym funk. It might be like, oh, I didn't shower this morning funk. Whatever it may be. Don't let them see you grimace. Don't do that. That's rude. But especially when you get to maybe their feet or extra stinky parts of their body, use a hot towel. Because you'll thank yourself later. Just and what was the rest? The texting, the smell, the what else?
Oh, if someone's just stinking, they text on the phone
Or talk too much.
and talk too much.
Oh, talk too much. Some
Yeah.
clients do talk a lot. Both of us know that. But talking may be their way of being comfortable, and being at the massage place that is the goal. Being comfortable,
Whatever
and
that means.
right, whatever it means to that person. Some people don't want to talk. Some people do want to talk. But especially if it's your first time meeting that person, seeing that person, touching that person,
They might
let
wanna-
them talk.
Yeah.
Engage them in conversation, but you don't have to,
And
ask about
yeah, encourage it.
right.
Like for
Right.
instance, what I do, like if I really don't want to talk
Mm-hmm.
a particular time, which is rare because I talk a lot, but
And it's
Don't-
so easy.
Me too.
share your personal, private business.
Mm.
You know, you can do general
Amen.
things, but don't
Mm-hmm.
talk too much about personal things. Like,
Yes.
you know, if you said, "Oh, I celebrated New Year's with family," that's cool.
Mhm.
But like, don't. My
I'll-
boyfriend got on my nerves last
Right.
night.
Right.
No.
Don't say that. So
No.
what would you do? No, don't. You're the therapist.
Exactly.
Whatever that means.
Right. But what I do is if I feel like I need them to relax and they're not relaxing because they are talking too much,
Mhm.
I just stop talking. Like I'll just stop. They'll keep talking and I won't engage them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I-
make sounds like or
Sometimes, or I'll just sometimes I'll just say okay, because I try to give them like cues that I'm withdrawing from the conversation because I need them to relax.
Some
and
people
then
don't get it.
Some people don't, but for the most part, I tend to get them to settle down, and then it's fine. People who have body odor, I use the essential oil. I use the essential oil, but first I'll do a hot towel.
Very good. Very
Yes.
nice. Yes. Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
And then I'll do the essential oil on top of that. I use like a peppermint because the peppermint is strong, so I'll do a peppermint. If they didn't choose a peppermint, I'll use whatever essential because we do aromatherapy
Mhm.
at my location, so I'll just use whatever aromatherapy that they chose that day.
A little bit extra.
Yeah,
There you
Just a
go.
little bit.
a little extra to around.
Maybe
Yeah.
spray it around the room a little bit.
Absolutely.
So, do you think, as massage therapists, that we take on different roles inside the massage room, as far as like a psychiatrist, a personal hero?
Yes. Okay,
Boyfriend,
so
girlfriend?
the roles I would say is definitely like therapist. Like even if you don't give advice,
Mhm.
they are talking to you as a therapist.
Mm.
Trust and believe that they are.
Mm.
I have clients who I haven't seen in a while. They're like, I miss talking to you. I miss talking to you. Like, I need to talk to you. And that's what they are there for. They are literally there for the massage, but their highlight is talking to me. and I know that. But I make it a point to not give clinical whatever advice, or I just
Very nice.
listen.
Yes.
I am an active listener. Other roles, single men who are lonely, haven't been touched. You
It's a real
are comforting them. You might not think you are. Your
Right.
purpose might not be that, but your touch is soothing them, it's comforting them. Yeah, I mean, we definitely, or friends. In their head.
Yeah.
We're friends. We really are. Like, I have people, again, 2 years in, I am a friend in their head. They don't call me. They don't know where I live.
Not that they wouldn't want to,
Right, they
but
don't
we
know,
don't
they
allow
don't
it.
know where I live, but like, I am a friend in their head. So yes, I do feel like we play roles.
And piggybacking off of that, as far as single men, like not just them, like even like you don't know if they're married or single or whatever. You may be the highlight of their day. You don't know what their home life is like. You don't know what their work life is like. You don't know if their kids are driving them crazy. You don't know. So for that 60 minutes, that 90 minutes, that 2 hours, whatever, you may be the best part of their day.
The escape.
So, yes,
The
escape.
escape.
You are the absolute escape.
For
you
women
are,
too, women.
Yes,
Yeah.
men, women, whatever. You may be that, like, oh my God, I need this massage. I need to chill out, get away from these kids, get away from this job, whatever. You are that person. And as well as being a therapist and being a listener and all that. Because they may not have anybody to listen to them or whatever.
To listen to, touch them.
Yes.
And that goes for women too, as far as the touch. Cause
Absolutely.
I mean, like, if they're, I have single women who are well into their late 40s and 50s, and they're lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not at all what I would consider a sexual thing.
Absolutely
at
not.
all. But it's just a human touch.
Yes.
It's
That's
right.
very important.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, all right. Jesus, all right, we're going to take a break. In your eyes, or from your experience through massage and even in school, what is a reasonable tip? Like, even from your best client, like if someone comes to give you $5, $10, $20.
It's like an hour massage. And
Mhm.
for an hour massage, a reasonable tip is like $10.
Okay.
15.
All right. Okay, this is Mara.
Yeah, reasonable, and you don't know what their financial
financial,
background.
yeah.
You don't know
Mhm.
what the way I see it is more than what I came in with. So I try to keep that attitude, but it's kind of hard when they give you like $2 and a little note that says, "Sorry, that's all I had. I'm sorry," but it is more than what you had. You know what I mean? But reasonable tip, I'd say at least $15. 20 is nice. In case you want to
I'm
take
basing
drinks
it off
after.
in an hour because
Mhm.
like I've done 90 minutes and get, I'll get 20, 25. Like 2 hours, I get 25, 30, 40, 50,
Sure.
60.
Mhm.
So, and again, I'm with her as far as like you don't know their financial situation. I mean, I have a lot of people who are struggling just to pay their monthly dues
True.
of the massage. So it's like, and then I'm also basing it off of how much we charge. Like, if at the salon that I work at only
In particular.
charges $69.99, what am I gonna ask for? A $50 tip? Like $40 tip? Like if they give me $10, $15, that's cool.
Yeah.
I prefer it in cash. Thank you.
Yes.
Please, thank you.
Because if you give your waiter like a 15% tip, if you look at it that perspective,
15%.
oh, we're doing better than that.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's just through your own perspective.
Yeah.
Just appreciate what you get and just treat your clients
But
like
the
you want to
$3,
be
Yeah.
treated.
Mhm.
And though
keep that.
I take it. Like in school.
I mean, it's like a bartender. I'm not a bartender.
Right.
Pass them $3 to somebody else. Thank you.
Got my little tip jar. All right, here you go. My little
Listen.
piggy bank.
I'm just.
But I'm with you guys. Whatever that client is going through, you never know. So I will take the $10. I will take the $5. But like you said, if it's dollars, you can just keep it.
Please don't do it.
It's crazy.
It's a little insulting, to
A
be
little
honest.
bit,
If you guys
exactly.
want to know
You know your
massage,
voice
what do they call it? Like courtesy
Oh,
or,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you don't do that. That's
Mm.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We should have a video just on massage ethics.
Yes.
Or
The other
you
side.
know,
The other
teach
side
the
of it.
client how to
Yes.
behave. Can you take a shower before you come, please?
Please. Please. I know there's a shower in the gym. I know it.
Nothing wrong with being clean on it.
Are we back at that? We're back at that.
Sorry, we can go back to where
No. We're good at tips.
Goodness gracious.
Yes, please.
Oh shit. What are some chores at your place of business that you have to
Laundry.
do
Laundry.
that massage therapists should not ever be doing?
Can I say this?
Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay, my clients got insulted by the fact that I have to flip my own room,
Mm.
which I've been trained to do it, so it didn't really occur to me that it should be a problem. But honestly, when you only give us 5 minutes in between clients, I really do
If
think
that.
if that, I
Yeah.
really do think there should be someone hired specifically to flip the tables.
Room flipper.
Mhm.
There should be, because I need help. I only have 5 minutes, again, maybe, before my next client is here and needs to be on the table and ready to go. So that's one. Laundry, as Samara said, is another.
Sorry.
There's a lot. I also have to wash the stones, which we should have. I had 3 or 4 hot stone massages today. The sink was like full. Like everybody in the building was doing stones. There should have been somebody doing the stones in the back. Someone doing the laundry, thank you. Some places have that, just not every place. I also am the plumber. Had to fix the toilet recently. Also, the sink was leaking, so I had, and the sink, the valve fell off, so I had to screw that back on.
Yeah.
Then I had to take towels and wrap it around certain parts of the sink to avoid a flood.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
I also had to mop and sweep the break room.
Holy crap.
You going above and beyond.
Yes.
Mm.
So, and it's not just me. Like,
Right.
we all have to do. Now, they don't have to be the plumbers and things like that, but
Mhm.
if I need to use the facilities,
Yes.
I need it to work. I don't have time for whoever. Okay.
Mhm.
Not going out back.
Yeah.
So,
Agree.
right. That's
Yeah. That's.
yeah.
She said it.
Mhm.
And as far as all that and flipping your room, and Lord help you if you have more than one client, and like back to back. If you have more than back to back, and your first one's late, and you have to flip your room, and
Well, that
It
time
just-
gets cut if they're
right, if it's their fault,
If it's their fault.
right? It's a chain reaction though.
Yeah.
If bad things happen, you have to take on other
And
responsibilities.
don't have to go to the bathroom or something.
Oh no. Oh.
You don't have time for that.
Oh no. Exactly. It's the worst.
Mm.
Like I said, don't eat Chipotle and go back to work.
And
Oh.
yeah,
Man.
Yeah,
So
be careful about what you eat on the job.
And tell your clients not to eat Chipotle before they come see you either. Okay, all right, just saying.
Mhm. But Chipotle is wonderful. We love Chipotle.
It is.
We're not
We
saying
do.
it's bad.
We do. We do it at the end of the day.
Seriously.
Has your job paid for any CU courses? I know they advertise a lot about how they're going to pay for CU classes.
Mm-hmm.
And if so, what are the courses that you could take? Is it something that they just give you money for, or?
Our job trained us in hot stones,
Mhm.
foot scrub,
And
the face
facial.
massage,
Mhm.
and so we have CEUs from that. Those are the only ones
Yes.
that we did. And we have active therapy, which they are trying to start the CEUs for that one as well. So they did pretty well. I think I got 11 CEUs from my job.
Nice.
That's more than
Yeah.
smarter, same
I
stuff.
need to check up on that. I just leave that.
All right. And have you received any certificates for that training?
I did.
Man, where? Oh, we can't say where.
Wait a
but-
minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of places they claim they give you all this training, but the CU's like there's no certifications, there's no credit, there's nothing written. So if you try to submit it, it's like, and then when you submit things and your boss has to verify it,
Yeah.
they
try to.
yeah they try to say that you didn't take it or
No,
whatever.
They try to
It's-
deny.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Mhm.
No, we can't have that.
So always get your certifications in writing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In inclement weather, do you still get paid?
Oh no. Now that they shut down, like if they're closed,
Mhm.
no pay.
I was about to say, if it's inclement enough, nobody's going in.
Right.
But yeah, it depends on what you mean
Depends.
by,
Yeah.
like, if the clients are coming. I mean, if it's too much for us to even get there.
Yeah, if
Mhm.
you're not there massaging, you're not getting paid. Let's just put it that way.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you think there should be something in place where it's like a union where they can, like the government, if they shut down, the workers still get paid, they have a union, they have representatives, stuff like that. Do you think massage therapy should have something like that?
I'll be honest,
Mhm.
that's probably asking for a lot.
Mhm. Okay.
It might be.
I'm just saying,
Mhm.
from what we do and don't get now, we don't get a lot now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
asking for
true.
that,
Yeah.
like you'll be better. You'll do better getting a paid day off, vacation day, or a paid sick day than asking for
Yeah, baby
to get
steps.
paid. Seriously, to get paid for a day that they just couldn't be open.
Right.
I hear you. Do you guys prefer quality clients or quantity?
Quality.
Ooh, say that. Quality. Quality.
No, this is not a mill
Oh.
factory. I don't
Mm-mm.
believe in massage factories.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
they're
I
out there.
believe. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Good answer.
Work
Good
till you
answer.
fall out and then work some more. I
Mhm.
done had it.
How many massages back to back can you do, or should a massage
Do I
therapist?
like to do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he asked. He asked me
Exactly.
to.
So how many massages
Mhm.
can I do
That you
versus what I'd like to do? There's a
Exactly. There you go.
difference.
Mhm.
Yes.
Elaborate. Mhm.
What I would like is to do no more than 2 in a row, meaning no break in between.
Mhm.
I don't want to do. I would like to not have to do more than that. What I can do, I mean, I can do 4 in a row. I prefer not to.
Alright. Very good answer.
Yeah, that's a very good answer because I prefer not to have more than 2 back to back.
Mhm.
And then as it gets to 3 and beyond, I feel bad for the client because I know my quality from the
Is-
first one is dwindling as I keep going. And by the 4th one, if I ever had a 4th in a row, Lord help me.
Oh, man.
They're gonna be like, I paid for that. Wait. Yeah, that's no bueno.
But everybody's different.
Yes.
There are therapists.
There are some machines
There
out
are
there.
machines there. There's
They're all about their
therapists
money.
that I work with. They don't want any breaks. They're
Mm.
like,
Right.
give me 8 in a row.
Yes.
Mhm.
No
Yes.
breaks. And I am telling it from their mouth. When I say 8 in a row, they will
Yes.
do 8 in a row.
Right.
No breaks.
That's right.
Now I hear you because we have an Ethiopian girl. I'm not gonna say her name, and we have another guy. His name, we'll just say his name is Jay. Little Asian dude, and he'll work 8 to 10 hours back to back to back without a break. I don't see
Isn't
how
that
they do it.
illegal? Something.
I don't know. I don't know. He's making that bread. He's making that
Yeah.
bread. Do you think it's okay if you had your own business or if you're at your place of employment right now, do you think it's okay to steal employees? Like if you were passing on your business cards, what's your take on it?
Stealing
I mean-
Or would you call it stealing?
I
or
wouldn't
would you
call
just-
it stealing. That's just me. But I mean, they can still keep the job. They can do 2 jobs. Hey,
Mhm.
this is a hustle, right?
Right.
So,
Yes, indeed.
but if that was their choice, if I'm saying, hey, I mean, my job knows that, like, half of us have our own business on the side.
Mm.
Mhm.
And some of the coworkers that I have, they work together in their business on the
On the side.
There you
So, I mean, they're still there, but if they chose to depart completely, that's on that individual. I don't
Mhm.
consider it me stealing them. Like,
Fair
hey,
enough.
it is what it is. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mhm.
and trust me, there are. Well, I was gonna say there's a lot of therapists, even though there's a shortage. So I don't know. They could
Yeah.
probably find someone else, I guess.
Oh, no, it's a good answer because a lot of clients are coming to see you anyway. It's not because they're coming for that business, where they're coming because you relax them, you massage them, they
Mhm.
like your touch. And it's just like a good stylist. A stylist could be 50 miles away, but wouldn't you still travel all that ways? They could be in the next
Absolutely.
state
Know your
and you'll still
head.
right. It's
I'm
like,
going
yeah,
better
where
believe
you
it.
are.
man.
You
So yeah, I don't
better
think of it
believe
still neither. I just put it out there just to see how you would take to that word. And a lot of people, they say, no, it's not
Stealing is
stealing.
stealing is
I like
a
that.
kind of powerful word.
Because that's how they use in the book, and,
Nah.
and that's why I wrote it, because that's how they have it, and I highlighted it.
Mhm.
And in the massage school, they say stealing clients, but I'm like, it's not stealing if
It's
that
not.
client is following
Yeah,
you.
I
And,
mean,
You're just that
if I
good.
need,
It's
if I
just,
if I need a
just
good
what you
therapist
do.
to help me out in my business, they want to work with me.
Mhm.
My clients ask me all the time for my business card, and I give it to them. Are they still a member of the place where I am? Yes. But they know if I ever leave, they're gonna call me.
Mm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I'm the reason why they're there.
Yeah.
You better
Hello.
say that.
Hello,
You better
right.
know.
Hello.
You better know your worth. You better.
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so what do you guys think about the front desk? Sometimes the front desk will take credit for what a massage therapist does. Like, oh, I just sold them with this membership. I'm like, did you sell them or did I do a great job massaging them? I sold them, so didn't I get the credit for it?
I feel like it can be a team effort.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we look at it where
Mhm,
I
mhm.
work. Like, it's a collective. And I think that could be an issue for certain places. It's like, we're a team. I'm gonna massage them. You're gonna pull in. You're gonna pull them in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna lay the groundwork.
Yes. Yes.
And then you wrangle them in, and you do the rest. You back it up. You back me up.
Yes.
You know, and tell them, you know, once I do what I need to do, and I'm like, you know, I need to see you back here next month.
Mhm.
You reinforce it, and that's it. We did it, and it's always a we did a good job. You
Yes.
know?
We always doing
We got
high
it.
fives
We
and
did
stuff.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because
It's a mentality.
Yes.
Don't have that stank. I did it all
I
by
did it.
myself.
Alright.
No, you didn't.
So since you guys talk highly about where you work at, can you give at least the abbreviations to your
I
employment?
think people would figure it
Figure it
out.
out.
As long as we don't say it, it'll be okay. Because I think a lot of people are looking for like good places to work. Like ME, we all know what that stands for. Is
You're
not a
wearing
good
the
place.
shirt, so I.
No, she got covered it.
I know. I know it's coming.
So instead of ME, it
Well,
would
this
be
is what I'm
MH.
gonna say. I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just because I work at this particular location doesn't mean that other locations are like my location.
Yes.
Amen.
Doesn't mean the whole franchise is
It's the
exactly the
same.
same. We are in
And
this
no-
particular
yes.
spot.
Yes.
Is right here. There could be a
So
whole bunch of
yeah,
them.
because when I started where I am, the front, the receptionist, and the MTs, we did not get along at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we have transitioned. We have new staff. We have new therapists, and it's a family,
Yes.
which is so important. And we do work for a franchise, but yeah, it's based upon the characters at the location. So
We have absolutely grown and changed since
a
we
lot.
started. Because we were in there like within the first few
months of
months
opening.
of them opening in that location.
Mhm.
Like,
Within 4 months of them
yeah,
opening.
so we have seen people come and
Come
go,
and go.
and come back and go. It's crazy. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's definitely more of a family
It's-
now, and
And that
it may change later on. It absolutely might
when
change
people,
later
when
on.
people leave and new people come,
Mm-hmm.
we try to adopt this family. We help you, you help, but we help each other mentality. That is the mentality in our spa. So we try to let the people that come in know that, so it continues. You
Some
know?
people don't think like that.
Mhm.
So-
Not at all.
But when they're
Make it
outnumbered,
difficult.
but when they're outnumbered, they feel like the outsider. You know, we're all helping each other. We help each other. I help the next therapist flip their room if I have downtime, if I
Right.
have a minute, you know, and they're struggling. I try to help. I don't just sit by and back and be like, let me eat my chicken while
If
they're
you-
struggling.
And you see the
Oh,
schedule
well.
constantly. Like if you
Mhm.
see they have a client waiting, go
No,
help
they-
them or whatever.
Just help them out. It goes a long way. You know,
Yes.
this is a hard business. Like people think, oh, it's work.
It is work.
If you're gonna make money anyway, it's a
Mhm.
lot of work, and you need to be able to lend a helping hand to those that are beside you.
Yes.
Samara, Nikki, that was both outstanding answers. I can't even speak, man, because not everybody thinks the way you guys, you know, how you just eloquently put it. Man, I worked for a lot of places in almost 9 years, and it only goes smooth like that for a few clinics, and you're exactly right. What do you think about going back to CEU courses? Do you think they are good courses out there? Are they too expensive? Are they not too expensive? What is your whole take on it? Like, how is your experience with CEU so far?
So I've done 11, or no, actually 11, 12, 17 CEUs so far.
Mm-hmm.
And the experience that my job gave me teaching us was really, really good, very thorough. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But also because they had to do it thorough because they want me to do a good job on their clients and have them come back. Now I did go to a place and that was free, so free is free.
Free within the place.
So I did go outside of that and paid like $170 for 6 credits, 6 CEUs, and I didn't like it.
Good
Like,
grief. Really?
no. I did not like it. What I would suggest is to go to a massage therapy school, because it wasn't a massage therapy school. I would go to a massage therapy school to get the CEUs, because I think that they'll do a better job. Because this was open for like occupational therapists, physical therapists. It wasn't just massage therapists. It was like a broad range of people within the family under
The big
umbrella.
Yep.
You know.
Mm.
And it was some of it was way over my head because I'm working alongside a physical therapist. I did not go to school for that, so I didn't.
Singing. I can't sing.
Alright, it's kind of a weird question. Do you know of anybody who has been accused of lying or lied on during a massage service for any reasons? Like,
I got lied on.
Uh-oh.
Personally.
What happened?
No, you're talking to me, right?
Mhm.
I got lied on
Uh-oh.
once, and like this client wanted me to rub places I did not want to rub, and then he decides to accuse me of stealing $40 out of his wallet.
Oh my god.
Did an incident report and everything, and he never came back, and he called and apologized like a week later. It was a whole bunch of mess, and I had to email the manager a detailed report, and it was a whole bunch of mess. I didn't do anything. He never came back. It all worked out. I still work at the place, so you just don't know what.
That's
like I
crazy.
said, you don't know what kind of clients you're gonna get. You don't know what they're there for. You like to think they're there for therapy. That's a different, right? So just it's they may have the wrong idea about your massage place. Just let them know straight up. Not that kind of party,
Not that kind
keep it business.
No.
That's just personal. It was about a year ago. I hope he's fine wherever he's at. Just don't come back and see me.
Very good.
No. I've never had that problem, thankfully.
Yeah, thank God.
Ooh.
It's like in our profession, we're like one like step away from like a crazy complaint that can hold our license up or could suspend us for whatever, take us to court, all that good
crazy.
stuff. It's just one
Yes.
quick complaint. So
Let me not say what I want to say.
no, please,
Camera.
please. No,
You might have to edit that out. Wait a minute.
no, go for it. If it's to be said.
let somebody take my license.
Mm.
No, we gonna
And we
stop
got
right
your
there.
information?
Okay.
And stop.
All right, that's
Gotcha. All right. What is your take on draping the client? Do you believe it should be the way we have it just because we are a sue happy nation and I understand why we have to drape the way we drape, but do you also drape to where a client does feel comfortable with you just tucking in certain places where you can't get the glute is exposed or
Ooh, I have an answer for you.
Damn.
Okay, first and foremost, like if my client is, I understand draping for comfort, like to feel secure and not to feel exposed, and if the client needs that, then that's fine. However, if I need to get to a certain area, I need to get to a certain area, and if you need me to get to that certain area, and you need to be comfortable with me draping how I need to. So that being said, I have very, very comfortable clients. I'll just put it that way. And so it's not a problem. Like, I am there to be therapeutic. I am there. They have chronic issues, conditions, and I need to get deep into the glutes, and I need to do things, and I don't need this drape to be in the way. So I will drape accordingly to what I need to do, and that's just it. You know, and like I said, they know it. We have a conversation. We'll talk, like, and I'll say, hey, you know, especially if they've been with me for a while, or even if they're not, like if they're new, and they come to me and they're like, my glutes, like there's a knot, like, and I'm like, all right, well, are you comfortable with me undraping your glutes? Is that okay with you? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, whatever you need to do. Or if they're like, nah, if they have on their underwear, then obviously they're not comfortable. So you take from that. You take from, if they have their bra on when they get on the table, they're not comfortable. So respect is a major thing. Respect where they are. You can't, because I had a client come in and say to me, well, I don't want to, he was a man, he was like, I don't want to take off my boxers because, you know, of my comfort level. And he was like, other therapists are like, no, you should just take everything off and just be naked on the table. And I said, no, it's whatever you're comfortable with. And I will make the adjustments. If I need to still work your glutes, I will do it over the drape, or I'll figure it out, you know. But if that's not for you, it's not for you. I guess that's my long-winded take on that.
No, but just to piggyback off of that, it's all about the pre-session interview. Like those few minutes, you can get a lot of information. And even during like your session, if you need to, like, okay, are you okay with this? You know, and if they're just relaxed, and the underwear, that's the thing. Like if they're not there, you know, they're comfortable with themselves, they're comfortable with you, they're comfortable with that atmosphere. You know what I mean? And if you need to get there, you absolutely need to get there. But, you know, if they don't want to force the issue, you know, you don't want to force the issue of taking the underwear off because you don't know what kind of past they have. You don't know whatever they went through, any kind of anything. I'm not going to get into anything personal, but it's like you don't know. You know, so they might have an issue with being totally naked in public places. But it's all about the respect. It's all about the communication. And as long as you have that, everything should be okay.
The drape is in the way.
I agree 100%. I like the overseas draping. They just had a little towel right at the crack. You flip over right across the breast area. The good-looking client versus the ugly-looking client. I know nobody's ugly in our eyes. We're all child of God, and we look good in the eye of the beholder. But there are some therapists out here who frown upon an ugly guy or girl, but then as soon as Idris Alba or I said his name all wrong, or Chris Brown walk in the room, or Tyrese, it's a different story. What is your take on this?
I think within the first 2 classes at school, it was a body is a body, okay? You have to remain in that mind state, okay? It could be the ugliest person with the most problems, or the prettiest person, or the sexiest person, you know, with the best body. They will probably have the worst problems too. Like, it's weird. You just cannot judge anybody based on looks. everybody has the right to a massage,
Mhm.
unless they do something that takes that right away from them.
Exactly.
So don't base it on looks. Just don't. That's it's not ethical at all.
Well, the only reason why I brought it up because we have a young lady. We'll just say her name is Penny, and Penny would get mad at certain guys for being on the table because they were heavy set or whatever. But she was heavy set herself, which was weird. So it was like she was throwing glass in a glass house. But as soon as the guy that looked like Thor came in the room, which I mean, yeah, Thor's a beast. I mean, he's the man. But her tune changed. It was like, whoa, she damn near run past her time.
Yeah.
Give him a 2 hour instead of just an hour. I'm like, whoa, what happened? Thor came through. When Thor gets on the table, she,
Oh, the time just stops, huh? No, you're gonna have your overweight, your hairy, your smell. You're gonna have those clients, okay? And they're human just like you, and they have the right. So,
Absolutely. I agree 110%. The only thing I have to add is I consider myself a professional. We are licensed under the Board of Nursing, so I consider myself a healthcare professional. A doctor isn't going to be like, well, I don't want to see this client, this client, this client. I am there to treat the client and to help them with their needs. 90% of my clients have chronic pain. I am in there to assist them with that. I don't care what they look like. It is what it is.
all right, well, all right. Damn. All right, as a massage therapist, your partner or whoever you're in a relationship with, how do they feel about you being a massage therapist, or is it really an issue, or is it not an issue? Like, can it get you in trouble, or has it gotten you in trouble? Jealousy?
I'll start. Okay. If your significant other is not secure in themselves, it's going to be a problem. A major problem. So, I have had questions like, so, do you massage men? Of course, yes, I massage men. Like, I massage men, I massage women. I actually massage children as well. So, but being secure in themselves, that's gonna be number one. There is jealousy. That's an issue. If this is your career, like the person that you're dating, married to, has to be comfortable with. It's just like real life. Like, yes, I massage attractive men that are my age. Yes, I do. But I'm a professional person. So, and if I'm in a relationship, like, it's not gonna go anywhere. It is what it is. Do people ask me, like my clients ask me, do you have a boyfriend? Are you in a relationship? And I kindly say, well, I don't like to discuss, my personal life. I'm sorry. Keep it at that. Moving on.
All right. Good answers. Good answers.
Don't tell them nothing.
All right. So in closing, what would you guys like to talk about in these last couple minutes? This is pretty much just a free-for-all. Anything that's on your mind. We pretty much answered all my questions. Or any helpful advice that you might have. Anything.
One
Do's
thing
and
that
don'ts.
sticks out: don't just do it for the money. Do it for the art of massage. Yes, the money's important. Yes, that's the reason to have any job or career or whatever. But if you are going straight into school thinking you're going to be floating on millions, what you do, just be in love with what you do, stay passionate about it, and keep yourself interested in it. And if you decide to stick with it and grow in it and maybe do your own business and change the game, do whatever to make it your own and have your own whatever, and then make your millions, cool. But don't go into school thinking you gonna buy that house, you gonna buy that Bentley. Don't do it. That's the one thing that sticks out, and I'll pass it on to Nick and I'll think of something else.
Well, just to extend on that, it's like, in school they're like, and the average massage is $100 an hour or whatever. Don't you believe it? Don't get trapped into that school making $100 an hour. I'm gonna have my own business. Okay, well, how are you gonna get your clients? Where are you gonna massage them? Are you going to their house? Are they coming to your house? Are you renting a place?
Be mobile.
What's your overhead gonna be? How many miles are you gonna have to drive on your car? Gas. Like, how many clients are you gonna have a day? Are you gonna have steady clientele?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's better to start off at an actual established salon, spa.
Get that experience.
Get the experience because you are not gonna be the bomb.com when you first start. You might think you are.
Right.
You might think you are.
You might. You might think
you might. Your friends might tell you you're good, and you might be okay. But trust, there's a lot to learn. A lot.
You're always learning.
Always. You're a practicing massage therapist. This is a practice, just like a medical doctor, chiropractor. You are always learning.
Yes.
So, yeah. The other thing is, there's a lot of drama queens.
Men and women drama queens.
Men especially men. Hey y'all. Did not know that you all were so dramatic. I mean, that's amazing. So just keep that in mind. People are very territorial in this field. Don't steal their client. God forbid.
You're going to have so many battles.
It's just a lot.
Mental. It's work. It's
a lot.
work.
Yeah, it's a
work,
lot of drama
mental,
behind the scenes.
Physical, emotional work. You got to deal with so many people, so many attitudes.
Good luck to you all.
Good luck.
It's a great experience.
It is. It really is.
It is though. If you love it, you're gonna love it.
Don't shade. But I really appreciate it.
Okay.
You guys are
1,000
wonderful.
bodies, I think is what they told us.
Yeah.
That is true.
The end of school is like the tip of the iceberg, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
You have there's so much to learn. You can learn something every day and just not know anything.
Right.
You know what I'm telling you?
And then you can try to have your own clients on the side if you want to do both. You can have your clients on the side where you charge them $70, $80 an hour if you want to do that, and then you also are working at a spa to get, dual. So because when you're working at a spa, you might start off at $16 or $17. It depends on where you work. Franchises obviously are going to pay lower. You need to do your research. Talk to people. Talk to therapists that are in the field.
Yes.
Google.
Use your resources at school.
Yes.
Talk to them.
You need to do your research about different salons. Interview at several different places to see if you can get like a 50-50 split, 40-60 split. Like, try to get as much money as you can. That doesn't mean that they're going to have you fully booked all the time, though. Then you're going to have that downtime. It's going to kill you. Because you might not get paid for that downtime.
True.
So you're just going to be sitting there twiddling your fingers. So, there's a lot let me tell you that there's just a lot about this business that you do not know. You
Welcome,
can't
Autumn, and thank you for coming. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, so when did you want to become a massage therapist? Like, when was that first thought that you wanted to be rubbing on people's bodies?
Not so much rubbing on people's bodies, but the idea of being able to use just my hands and my energy to better someone else, help them in some way, either physically, emotionally. That is the process that happens when you do a massage.
Very nice. Do you have a massage ritual?
Yes, I feel it is very important to ground myself and to make sure that I set my intentions for each massage.
All right. What are some of your strengths in massage therapy today?
Some of my strengths, I would say, truly wanting to connect with the individual and to make their session not just the bodywork aspect, but to truly try to help them again as an energy standpoint.
What are some of the areas that you know you can improve on, or that you would like to improve on?
There's always knowledge that I need to learn, and it's overwhelming just to be constantly on your toes, trying to know the body in and out. That way you can really give a good massage, connect with the body, to know, like, not just skin deep, but to look underneath and be able to know what the muscles are, the bones, the attachments, and constant studying that, I feel, is what I need to work on
Cool.
to really truly be able to give the best massage I can.
Cool. How many massages a day are you comfortable with performing?
I'd say 5. 5 is where I'm still taking care of my body, so making sure that I'm not overdoing it, overworking myself, because it is my instrument, it is my tool for this. I have to make sure that I take care of myself.
Nice answer. I think 5 is appropriate. For me, nowadays, being a massage therapist for 9 years, or a little bit over that now, 4 is my goal. If I have to do 5, it's great. But how long have you been a massage therapist?
6 months.
All right.
So still a baby, still learning.
What unique traits or skills might give you the edge over someone else who's vying for the same job or position that you have? Like, what's more important?
I'd say when it comes to being a massage therapist, it's your drive. It's your desire to perform the best that you can each time.
Mhm.
That way you have that integrity to yourself and that standard that you set to where you can keep the clientele coming back to you.
Very nice. How is the front desk or the front desk staff? Like, how do they treat you? Like, what do you think of them at your place of business?
They're pleasant, and I think that's important. They keep professional, which is also important.
And you can be totally honest with this. I mean, if they can be improved upon, or they need improvement, or
There really isn't so much, maybe because I'm new to where I work, but there really isn't a relationship. Pleasant. But when I go to work, I try to keep it all about me when I'm not working. That way I'm focusing on how I feel, what my body's telling me. Try not to get involved in anything other than massaging me.
the nonsense.
Yes.
All right. So, what do you think of your employers now? I know you can't say their names or anything, but the people that you work for right now, what are some good and bad things that you've experienced so far?
The good is they're driven, they're passionate, they have the desire to succeed, and that is something that I want to be associated with. And the downside, I would say, is maybe the newness of the spa, a lack of clear black and white when it comes to scheduling. I guess maybe all spas have this, but that's, I guess, would be the thing that I would like to be improved on is I
So-
like rules, I like the protocols, to know exactly how to do it. That way everyone is consistent
Mhm.
and overall the synergy is better when there's a clear understanding of what's going on. So smoother operations internally, I feel, will give a better overall atmosphere, energy,
Mhm.
conducive to better work from each massage therapist.
So, Autumn, how do you feel coming out of school and landing your first Medi-Spa job, which is so hard to get by a lot of massage therapists and estheticians? You work with a lot of doctors and all these other people who have years of experience. How do you feel?
I feel fortunate, I feel blessed, but I've worked for this. I've put myself through basic and master aesthetics, and now massage therapy. Accumulation of almost 2,000 hours in the last year and a half, 2 years. I feel good. I'm ready. I'm ready to make this a career. And you can with massage and aesthetics. You really can. And I'm blessed that I have a job that I go into where it's that atmosphere, that energy every day, where it's relaxing, it's calm, it's healing the body, it's soothing nerves, relaxation, aromatherapy. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Plus, I'm surrounded by like-minded individuals who have that drive. Master estheticians, down to, the massage therapists that work there. It's a good place to be.
All right, sounds good. What is a typical work week like for you?
Busy, demanding. You go in and you work. You work, and the busy days, you do a service, you do changeover, clean your room, clean your bed, do another service. And sometimes it's hard not to get caught up in the speed that everything happens at. So, you know, I have to tell myself to stop, breathe, ground myself, connect with myself. That way I'm not depleting my own energy
That's right.
unnecessarily.
That's right. After such a stressful work week or work day, how has your body reacted since school? Like after giving 8 massages or 5 massages at the Med Spa versus giving 1 or 2 massages at school, like what's the big difference?
Oh, your body, your work is a lot more work. That's why it's important. When I'm not working, I like to sleep. I like to just relax. I think it's important. I work so I can relax. I work so that I can provide for myself. And that's what I like. I'm homebody. I like to be in bed.
All right, me too.
Relaxing.
Damn right. Do you think it's okay to steal clients from an employer, even if the employer is a good employer or a bad employer? Like, what is your take on that?
I would say that if I work in a place and I build clientele and I happen to go to some other place, wouldn't they expect some of the clientele to be faithful to my service? Because ultimately it is my work
You're right. Yeah.
under their roof.
That was.
But to intentionally go out and try to steal the clientele, like advertise myself, I would not do that. If they truly love my service, they will follow. I would do it. If I was a massage therapist and I had someone that was able to really relax me, really give me good body work, I would follow them. It's that relationship that you build.
Very nice answer. Very nice. What do you think about CEU courses, or also known as continuing education units?
They're very important for, you don't know what you don't know. And if you go out there and you experience something and you love it, then you have another skill under your belt. And you will then be able to provide that service. And it's important because I feel in a way it keeps the passion alive. Like you're constantly learning something new.
All right. So online CEUs versus physical, hands-on in a classroom CEUs.
I think it has to be physical, hands-on. You have to make that connection where you hear it, see it, do it. With someone that's there training you to make sure. And you have to feel it yourself to do it, I feel. And if you're just, it's not, I don't believe in online.
Me neither. So as, say you were an employer and you have 4 or 5 businesses and someone says, well, hey, I've been a massage therapist for 8 years and I've taken all my CEUs online, but then you have a new therapist who comes in and they've been doing CEUs for like a year, but all hands-on. Who would you?
All hands-on.
You would hire them?
I would feel that just the training alone they would have more experience
Very good.
than someone that's done it online.
So Nick, I really appreciate you elaborating on the medical side versus the corporate side. What is your take on, or actually, do you have any bones to pick with either school or other therapists, or if you can in a kinder way, or you can no holds barred, raw and uncut, tell it how it is, who backstabbed you, what you have to look out for, and this is just basically advice for future therapists or veteran therapists.
Let's see. You know what? I have no regrets. Let's face it. At those times, I was stubborn. I need to learn these things. from working all those other companies, bigger corporates and so on, I finally understand what they mean by what they're trying to get at. Basically, when it comes to that, take in what they say. Don't argue with them, but you can't help it, because if you don't understand something, you're going to ask more questions. Good, that's what it is. Ask more questions. You want to understand whatever they're trying to get at. You want to understand that. So I was just, I don't have any hate towards any other, big companies out there. Massage Envy, I mean, let's face it, it kind of woke me up to make me realize these things. So it's like a love-hate relationship. That's the way I look at those places like that. That's really what it is. You take it in, you learn from it, and then, you don't want, because from when I was growing up, what goes around comes around. So you don't want to turn
Damn
around
right.
and start talking some stuff about these companies, because they'll screw you over in the end. They're the big dogs, You have to just deal with it, learn from them, and in the long run, as a therapist, you will get the last laugh, because down the road you might be, famous or well known, and then they go, "Oh, can you work for us?" No, I'm sorry. Well, I really appreciate it. No, you gotta be nice about it. It's not
right.
dealing with people. You run into anybody else. So those are my suggestions. Yeah.
All right, Nick. So I appreciate you being very diplomatic about this situation, because there's other therapists on other videos who have cursed and have gotten into arguments or just said some really, really bad, terrible things about certain corporate chain or massage medi spas, salons, and it kind of screws themselves for next up and coming job or in the future, because they don't tend to forget that you said something about them on Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or something.
Yeah.
So that was very, very, very diplomatic.
Yeah, I definitely get it. I get it why people can say some, cuss and everything. I get it, because how they felt in the moment and how they were pushed in the corner, or, those big corporates, they make us feel like ants, and they just got the magnifying glass and they're just burning us,
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is, like I said before, you have to just take it and stand up for it. You don't want to show the ugly side aspect, because then it just proves them like, this is why we don't hire you. It makes you look ugly. You don't want to do that. I look at it as when it comes to business and work, there's no difference in relationship and everything. It's the same way. You don't want to have the ugly sides, because the more you show the ugly side and things, it's just that relationship will go down. The same thing, business the same way. The more ugly you get it, you're drawing in negativity. For those therapists who really believe into energetic work, don't get me wrong, I'm aware of the energetic work. That's not my master expertise, but I get what they're getting at about when it comes to all the aura and the vibe and everything. We did discuss that in school. Of course, we were kind of lost at first. Like, we thought they were cuckoo.
Pressure. Can you tell up-and-coming massage therapists or veteran massage therapists and estheticians your take on working at certain, massage envies or massage heights or red door spas, some of the bigger chain spas? What would you recommend that they actually look into as far as working with them?
Honestly, I feel like if you have to resort to a massage envy or massage heights, I would just say concentrate on your CEUs, concentrate on bettering your craft, so that you will not have to subject yourself to such places. Even in school, my teachers always said, you don't want to do massage envy, you don't want to do massage heights. I feel like the bigger chains, they're more about, oh, let's book all of these clients in a day. They don't really care about how your service is really. Like, you may go complain to them. I don't feel like they really care how your service goes. They just want to make sure they have the clients book, back to back to back. So to ensure that their money is in place. I feel like more smaller businesses that you're not really familiar with have the best employees and have the best massage therapists. And I feel like it's better quality, and I feel like they care more. And I feel like they don't have to have back-to-back clients. And I feel like the owner and the manager, like they want to come out, they want to speak to you, they want to know who's paying for this service today, who's gracing us with their presence, who even took the time out of their day to book an appointment at our spa. Like, we generally care at my spa, and we're a small spa, and I feel like, it's just more important. I just feel like it's more personal.
Now, not to bash any, Massage Heights, Massage Envy, Red Door, or
Right.
any chain
Right.
fast food company of massage. You're basically just informing, your take on it, which
Yeah,
later.
it's just my personal take.
All right, perfect. And then next time when we do the actual YouTube videos, if you look at www.benanispa.com, which I'll post a link on this page, then you'll definitely know our true feelings about those industry leaders. So stay tuned for that. All right, so Treasure, moving right along, do you think it's okay to steal clients from another employer?
Yes, I do. Even though they make it a rule and they have you sign a contract, I feel like, okay, if I have client retention and this client constantly books me month after month, week after week, they are coming back to your spa because of me. Okay, so I feel like if I'm going elsewhere, maybe to a better spa, better location, whatever the case may be, it shouldn't be a problem if I'm taking my clients with you. If you genuinely care about your clients, you would just be worried about hiring great employees who are not going to leave, who are just going to be focused on their clients. And you would treat your employees better so that they don't have to leave and they don't have to feel the need to steal clients.
Outstanding. What do you think about CEU courses?
Honestly, I love the fact that you have to continue to learn in this industry because it's so important that you do keep up with your craft and stay on top of what's new and what's important. But at the same time, I feel like the cost of the CEUs are outrageous, especially when you're a new therapist such as myself, because I feel like, okay, yes, the first 2 years, I'm not going to be making what I need to make to cover, my personal bills and, extra CEUs. I mean, I feel like they cost way too much, but at the same time, I feel like they are needed.
All right. Do you know of anyone who has been accused or lied upon while providing a massage or aesthetic service?
Just as far as not being given their full time, I feel like I know that client was lying. Some people just can't be pleased, okay? But some people will find a way to complain so they don't have to pay for their service, which I don't know why these people even come in the first place. I feel like you want to lie on someone and say that they didn't give you your full time when we document the time you go back and we document the time that you come out. Because we have to. Because we have people like that who just will lie and say they didn't get their full time when really we most likely went over their time.
All right. Who are your favorite clients to work on and why?
Favorite clients?
Mm-hmm.
As far as what?
I guess personality-wise, body type, their charisma, how cool they are, how fun and energetic, maybe the same type of likes that you have.
I would have to say I would just love the open-minded client, because a lot of clients think they know what should be done, and a lot of clients think they know what they need. No offense, but we went to school for this. We had to learn. We had to study and take tests to qualify us in this industry. So we have to know something. I mean, if you don't know certain things, you're not going to pass that test to get your license, okay? And we're qualified to do this job. So I would just say the clients that trust me enough to provide the service that I think that they need at that given time.
if you are dating someone or your significant other, wife, husband, whoever you're with, do you think being a massage therapist or an esthetician, but more on the massage therapy part, do you think it brings more problems to the relationship, or how do you handle your situations?
Well, first and foremost, I feel like your significant other, whether you all have just started dating or married or whatever the case may be, I'm sure you all have talked about what you all do for a living before you even decided to have that person as a significant other. And I feel like if you have trust in your relationship, and you're not fooling around with your clients, which is a no-no anyway, it should be no problem at home. It should not affect your home in no way, shape, or form.
How do you deal with a very negative client?
Negative clients, they're, I just kind of, I just think to myself in my head, God bless them. Because it's just really, like I said before in a previous question, you cannot please everybody. And you're going to have those clients, no matter what you do, you can go over 2 hours on their massage and still charge them the same price. And you can go above and beyond for them, and they still will have a negative comment to make. All you can do is just pray to God, give them the best service that you can, but you should be doing that with any and every client. And just be confident in your work and say, I did my best.
That was the truth. All right. Jealousy in the workplace. How do you deal with it?
Another thing that I just say, God bless. Because honestly, if you're confident in your work, what are you jealous of me for? Or if you're confident in your work, what do I have to be jealous of you for? Like, what is the point? Like, seriously. Everybody needs their own personal therapist. If you're not the therapist or the esthetician for that person, so be it. I mean, it's billions of people in the world, and everybody's not for everybody. I've had therapists that I've absolutely hated my massage, and I've hated my treatment, and I went to someone else. But it's like, it's just, you like somebody, you like them. You don't. And if somebody leaves one esthetician and comes to me, or leaves me and goes to another esthetician, I just simply say to myself, I was not the esthetician for that person. They were looking for something else that I could not give them. And that's okay. It's okay. I want the clients that want me. I want the clients that I can please. I want the clients that are pleased with my work.
Very nice. All right, Treasure. How much should a massage therapist be paid for their services?
Honestly, I don't feel like your pay should be less than $20 an hour. Like, number one, this is hard work. Even though we love what we do, it does take a toll on your body. And we really, like, for those who do love their job, we put in work.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to give you the best service possible.
That's right.
And I feel like spas tend to take advantage of, new therapists and new estheticians because they're just out of school.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we love our job too. We love our craft too. So it's like, why shouldn't we be paid good for it? Especially if you have clients that are ranting and raving, that are rebooking appointments, and that love our work also. Then why should we not be paid accordingly?
Very well said. Does your family support you in your massage therapy career and your aesthetic career?
For the most part, yes. I've had those family members say, oh, well, you're not going to make no money in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you doing that? And, oh, such and such did this, and they didn't follow through because it wasn't making this money. And you can't listen to all of that. Okay, yes, we all love our family. We all have issues in our family. But honestly, I just feel like really you just need yourself and support. Yes, it helps to have your family be supportive,
But at the same time, you have to, like I said, just be confident in yourself and say, hey, this is what I love, and I want to go far with it. Simple as that. Because, I mean, my family wasn't always supportive. My father just recently jumped on board and got excited about this industry. But it wasn't until he got educated and he had other people talking to him saying, oh, well, that's a great industry to be in. Oh, she can go so far with that, you know? And now he's like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. It wasn't until I got this cruise job that he was like, oh, my goodness. Like, you're going on a cruise to work? But, like I said, just don't always look for support, because everybody's not going to support you. Sometimes it takes for you to be making bank. It takes for you to be seen on TV, or it takes for others to notice you, for your family to want to support you, and even your friends. But just like I said, just be confident in you and support yourself.
All right, Treasure, and just like you just said, the cruise ship, I mean, it's just a wonderful, exciting career, and not too many people get chosen for it, especially nowadays where money is tight and they're really picky about choosing someone. How do you feel about being selected for the job? And just tell us how you plan to do, you know, from Hawaii, or where you're going, what you're going to be doing.
Well, I will say that it was not easy. I had to apply for the cruise ship literally 3 times to even get the email to go to the interview in Vegas. I went on the interview December of 2013. I was hired January 2014, and it's been a long process. It's a lot of credentials that come with working in a spa on the cruise. I had to obtain a Hawaii permit to actually work in Hawaii on that specific cruise. And now I have to obtain a Hawaii license for massage to be able to work on that specific cruise. It's been a long process, and it was hard work. It was not easy getting to this point, and I'm still not there. I still won't be on the cruise till January, and there's still things to work on, and still credentials to obtain before I get there. But it just goes back to just really loving your craft and loving what you do. Yes, people will say, oh, the cruise, oh, you get to travel, you get to do this, you get to do that. But it's not going to be easy. They're going to be working you like crazy. It's going to be long hours. But it's going to be long hours of doing something that I truly love. And I'll be in Hawaii, so that is awesome in itself. But, like I said, once I get there, I will know it's well worth it. And anything that's great does not come easy. So this is how I know this is for me, and this is my career. And I plan on getting on a cruise ship, you know, saving my money, and hopefully, you know, maybe I'll do it again, who knows. But if I don't, I'll be able to say, hey, I tried it, I did it, you know. And after that, I mean, I want to go to training in Europe. There's so many things I want to do, but a cruise ship is a great place to start.
All right, and we'll have more information on Treasure's endeavors before she leaves. We're going to do another little webisode, if you will, and it'll be on benanispa.com on the YouTube channel. I'm going to post the link and everything, so you can track her progression as getting on the ship, the middle of her cruise term, and then all the way till she gets off the ship. So stay tuned for that. But Treasure, how much do you think a reasonable tip is in our industry for aesthetics and massage therapists?
Honestly, a lot of therapists and estheticians, they complain about not getting tips. My take on tips is a lot of people don't have it. We all know the economy is messed up right now. We all know a lot of people's finances are out of order. So I am so grateful for anybody to even book these treatments, because for a lot of people this is just a luxury. Some people can just flat out pay, and it's a regular thing to them, where others, they have to scrape up the money to be able to receive a relaxing massage. But I feel like everybody deserves to be able to book these treatments, and I feel like I'm just grateful to have them come in, period. And a tip is just, yes, it's a great thing, but I don't have to have it. That doesn't make me, if I don't get a tip, it doesn't make me feel like less of a therapist or less of an esthetician, or I didn't perform my service great. Some people just don't have it to tip. So I feel like any tip is awesome. even if it's $1, $2, $5, any tip, I'm thankful for it because they don't even have to come at all.
Very nice. What are some chores that you can tell us at your job that they may have you do, like extra work of folding towels or folding laundry, making you do the laundry, wash dishes, cook food? Does your Medi Spa require you to do any of these chores?
Honestly, I am a princess at my spa. I don't have to do any of those things. Honestly, after treatment, I just simply I wipe down everything, I sterilize everything when I'm done. I make my bed, I make sure the room is smelling good and clean, ready for my next client. But as far as all of the extras, I'm blessed. I don't have to do any of those things, which I don't think massage said we don't get paid. We get paid for our service. I don't think we should have to wash clothes, wash sheets. That is for the person who is hired to do that job. Our job description, I don't feel like should include washing the sheets, you know, and all of that extra stuff. I just don't think you should be have to do that. We get paid for our service, unless you're paying me an hourly wage to, you know, to add those things into my job description. I don't think that you should have to do them.
What type of CEUs or continuing education has your Medi Spa or school provided you, either in massage school all the way till now to working in the Medi Spa? What CEUs have you taken?
Honestly, I've had a Gino training, which was the full training. I received the Gino certificate afterward. I feel like it was very in depth about that specific product line, and I really appreciated that training. I also received PCA skin training, which I thought was like pretty much below basic training. The Medi Spa I worked for, they didn't pay for the full training, so I honestly feel like, and they didn't pay me for coming in for training, so I honestly feel like, I don't want to say a waste of my time, but at the same time it was, because it's like, this is not even the basics. This is not what I need to really be able to provide PCA services and really explain their products. Now in the training I did receive PCA books and things like that, which were very extensive and very informative. But had PCA not provided those books in the training, I would be lost. And I'm so thankful for them. I will say that they are that's a quality company, and maybe one day I would love to work for them. But as far as my Medi Spa, that's about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. In inclement weather, if it snows, tornadoes, all that good stuff, do you still get paid?
I don't still get paid in wonderful weather. If it's sunny outside and it's beautiful, if I don't work, I don't get paid.
Very well spoken. Do you prefer quantity clients or quality clients?
Honestly, it just depends on where I am, who I'm working for. Right now, while working in a Medi Spa, right now, quality is important to me, because those quality clients, they appreciate my work. They really appreciate me. They rebook, you know, they express to me how I have really helped them as far as their skin, as far as getting a massage. They tell me like how they feel afterwards, and that makes me feel awesome. So they know the quality of the service. So I would consider them quality clients, because they know what great service should be, and they know that I'm providing them with great service, and they appreciate that great service. If I was somewhere else, maybe working for a team or something, of course quantity would be more important, because number one, I'm getting to touch more people, and I'm getting to provide a natural healing to more people, and I'm getting more people to understand how massage works and how facials work and how it's a natural healing and how it is important to have these services. So it just depends. Quality and quantity is important.
All right. So to keep the anonymity of your school's name and for legality purposes, We're going to refer to your school as BSOM. What do you think your school has prepared, or do you think, in your honest opinion, your school has prepared you for success in aesthetics and in massage therapy?
Honestly, I feel like BSOM is probably the worst possible school I could have chosen. But I will say, and they could have provided more quality training, more in-depth training. But I will say the teachers, well, probably about 2 handfuls of the teachers, I will say went above and beyond and really tried to inform me and really tried to teach me and really tried to make sure that I understood everything. I felt like they cared so much, and that's what kept me going in school. If I thought about just the school individually, I would say, it absolutely sucked. But like I said, it was the teachers. I could just tell that they love what they do, and they love, giving me the knowledge that I needed to get me started in this industry. And it was because of them that I kept going with it, because it was many a times that I did not want to show up to that school. It was many a times I thought that I could have been getting better training. But like I said, it was the teachers. The teachers cared enough to make sure that I had what I needed. And they, like I said,
Gentlemen, I'd like to thank Treasure for being a part of this wonderful massage and aesthetic event documentary, showing you that you are not alone. There are many people or many therapists out here who don't have a voice, don't know how to speak up, and some are just scared to because they don't want to lose their job. And in this volatile market nowadays, it seems that people will fire you or get rid of you for any little reason. But that should not stop you. Family should not stop you. Your employer shouldn't stop you. The only person that can truly stop you is yourself. So if you need any more advice, any tips, tricks, I will post a link below for Treasure's website once she gets off the cruise line, or even before she goes on the cruise line, because she would like to hear from you. It takes a lot of almost guts to go on camera to voice your opinions and concerns, and sometimes you're not even really worried about your job or family. Sometimes it's something to do with yourself, and like, oh my God, people are going to view me in a different light or a different way. But no, you'll be greatly surprised on how many people will now look up to you and say, man, I didn't know she had the same problems as I did. Everyone does. No matter if you're a movie star, the rich or poor, everyone has problems. As you can see, death does not discriminate against anybody. Just because you are famous doesn't mean that they're not going to commit suicide or have issues that you're going through. As you can see through TV and movies today, a lot of people are just depressed and broke down. So in the massage therapy field, you're going to be working on clients that are rich, people who are going through problems, and then you're probably going through problems yourself. So you're going to have to work through those problems and watch other therapists and see how they deal with their problems. Not every therapist is going to like you, but you're not in the liking business. You didn't sign a contract to say, I'm going to be liked by everyone. I have seen a lot of YouTube videos and great people, sort of like Joel Osteen. How can he have 7 billion likes and still have 12,000 dislikes? Like, you're going to have haters no matter what, and you can be the greatest person on earth. So keep going forward, keep moving forward. Don't stop for nobody. And I'm trying to bite my tongue.
If you love what you do.
Yes.
If you truly love this, don't let any of that affect you.
Yes, please don't. And I'm trying to bite my tongue on certain things because this documentary I'm trying to keep clean. But on our YouTube videos or the other videos that you will see that's posted, we won't bite our tongues. We will show you how it really is. Some things will offend some people, but oh well. Like I said, I'm not here to sugarcoat or BS anybody. I'm going to tell you the truth if you want to hear it. I really appreciate your time, and thank you, Treasure.
Thank you all for listening.
I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. And this video was made by a collective group of massage therapists who I knew would not lie to you about how they feel about massage, their experiences, their troubles, the stress that they might have at work, the thefts that happen, with going missing with your tips, the mistreatment in the massage field. But not only the bad things, there are some good things, as most of the therapists in the video will tell you that it's not all bad. These are just some bad things you need to look out for, and that these are things that the school's not going to prepare you for. If they prepared you for this stuff, would you really go to massage school? Would you continue? And that's in any job. If every job in the world told you about all the bad things, would you still do it? I'm that type of person. I need to know the bad before I need to know the good. Anybody can tell you how great a job is. They can always give you the fluff and buff, you're looking at a piece of shit and trying to shine it to look like gold or something. Shit will never turn into gold. But that's what they're trying to sell you on. So in any job that you get yourself into, even if it's not massage therapy, always do your pros and your cons. Or I did left and right, but pros are always going to be on the right side, cons are going to be on the left. Or either way that you split it down to paper. Just write a line down the middle, write both sides, and see what you feel is a fit for you in that type of job. So what I mean is, if I'm going to work for, let's just say, one of the chain massage therapy places, so mostly I'm probably going to have more cons than anything. There's going to be a few pros. The pros that I experienced was I actually worked for a massage envy, and it was great. It's hard for me to even say that because I worked for 5 to 6, probably 6 other massage envies in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area. And they were all horrible, except for the one. The one I worked at in Virginia, when it first came around, I think massage envy started here in maybe 2007 or 2008. And I worked there, my first 2 years working there, I had no problems at all, not one. I had a damn good supervisor, or our manager, which is our district manager, Amani. Amani always looked out for all of us. I knew something was wrong when she said she's going to go on vacation for 30 days. I was like, not too many people, especially in this high-paced job or career that she has, can take a 30-day vacation. She's looking for something else, a way out. She has another opportunity. She's probably training on another job and still getting paid for massage envy. And she was. She rolled out. She already had another job lined up. When you know something's going on and you know people are jumping ship, you might want to jump ship as well. Or you can stay. If you can tough it out, great. 9 times out of 10, if almost everybody's leaving, you should be looking around like, why is everybody leaving? What are the pros and cons of me staying? Are they going to treat me right with this new leadership or dictatorship? Are they going to bring in their cousins and nephews and uncles and aunts? All this nepotism nonsense that goes on in almost every business. I just want to elaborate on a Massage Heights incident where in Rockville, great boss, Vicky. I'm not going to say her last name, but Vicky knows who I'm talking about. And those who worked in Rockville in Maryland, you know who I'm talking about. So Vicky was outstanding in every way, pretty much. She got along with everybody. She had a little moods sometimes, but it was around that time of the month type of thing. You didn't want to mess with her, and you kind of knew when she was in that mood, or if her husband pissed her off, you kind of knew it as well. But she rarely got pissed off. Vicky is Asian. Most Asian people, they have to have a damn good reason to be pissed off. I never really see an Asian person just so furious and mad. And my boss Vicky, she was Asian and just never really had a bad day, except for some little spats here and there. You could hear it in her voice, but you could get around it. Most bosses will curse at you, or they'll be slick with you. They'll throw shade. They'll just ridicule you, they'll put you down blatantly, you know, and in front of your face. It's just blatant right there. But her, different story. She sat you down, told you what's on her mind so you can get through the day. I respect the hell out of her. I really do. There's only two managers, Imani and Vicky. They both worked for chains. They were franchise owners or franchisees. There's a franchisee and there's a franchisor. The franchisor is still owning you. Even though you're the franchise in the business, you took out a $525,000 loan to open up that chain. You are a franchisee. Franchisor owns the business. They still have board seats or board members, and they actually control 51% of the business, not 49, not 60. Well, actually, yeah, they'll actually own like 60% or more than 50%, 51 and higher. So Vicky, she knew it was going into a problem to where she couldn't even run her business because she had shitty workers. It started to roll down here. A shitty manager, so-called manager. We had a crappy lead therapist, didn't know shit. You know, you would think with all his years of experience and he's older that he would know how to run. No, just because someone says they have 25 years of massage experience or 30 or 80, it doesn't really mean shit. I'll tell you why. Because if someone has 80 years of experience or 25 years, whatever it is, 15 plus, have they been working in that field for 15 years? Or have they taken breaks and only been doing 2 massages a day? That still doesn't equal 15 years to me. Now, for someone to say, I've been in the massage industry for 10 years, 15 years, 25, and so on, and you know you can name places, like more than 5 places, and you know you can name certain co-workers, you know when they opened up, you know when they were closing, how many problems that they have, then I can actually believe that you've been there for a long time. You've actually worked the 15 to 20 years. I rarely know anybody like me that has actually just constantly, since I've graduated, and this is 13 years of massage, that I've been working every year. There's no break. There's no, oh, I've been doing it 13 years, but really only worked 2 years out of it. You see what I'm saying? Just because you are a massage therapist for 13 years and you only did massage therapy for 3 years, it really only means you're a therapist for 3 years. You can't claim 13 years. You can't claim 10 and so on and so forth. That's bullshit. That means you worked at another job, a regular 9 to 5. But you're claiming to be a continuing education provider, which there's classes out here who are, it's a bunch of bullshit. So I made this video to prepare you on things you need to look out for. And I went off topic with the management only because I felt it was wise to inform you guys on the crappy lead therapist. Lead therapist, it really doesn't mean anything. It's just a title. You know, there's far greater therapists who should be a lead therapist who aren't, and they never really make it up to there. It's the people who kiss ass and kiss butt all day, every day. They make the highlight reels or the fucking #1 spot on the manager's list, the pet, you know, the teacher's pet list or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, the kiss ass list. I've never made that list, and I never will. So, in closing, or I guess this is our opening, it's not in closing, be cautious, do your pros and cons, listen to every word that these therapists on this video have. I value their opinions. I've only selected 5, maybe 6 therapists in the video because it is hard to trust people in this business or any business. People who are going to tell it how it is and have no cut card. They have, you know, an ethic about them that says, you know what, I'm ethical, but at the same time, I can curse and let you know how my true feelings are. Because sometimes you gotta let people know off the jump that you don't fuck around. You know, you can be nice, but you don't want to be nice all the time. You know, there's a time and place for everything. So watch the video. So this video that I put together for everybody to watch about massage therapy, I ran it past a couple people, especially the people who are in the video, and my family, friends, close therapists and family and friends that I can trust to give me an honest opinion about it. And what do they think? And they said, where's your interview. What do you think about the massage industry, Benjamin? How do you feel? Can you explain it to us? Because we can take other people's word for it, but it seems like you have a knowledge that goes past most therapists. Even though as smart as they are and they can have multiple degrees and other things, but as far as massage therapy, what do you recommend? Because you've been a massage instructor, you've been an esthetician, or you are an esthetician, master esthetician at that. I've taught aesthetics. So massage therapy for 4 years, you've taught aesthetics for over 2 years. You've actually worked it. So from both sides, people want to know, like, how do I feel about it? Can you elaborate on some topics that some people won't talk about? Because there are some things that some of the therapists in the video, they do hold a job at a chain, or in the future, they're going to go to another career or chain or cruise ship or med spa or plastic surgeon's office. You never know. And people who watch this video can use that against you, even though you're trying to tell the truth. The truth hurts. It sucks. It kills like no other. It cuts like no other. Like, seriously. The truth is a motherfucker sometimes. And people don't like hearing it. But oh well, some people do. Because they really want to know what's on your mind. But as far as getting them in trouble for their job, I do respect them for not going too much into detail about certain things. So right now, that's what we're going to go into in my thoughts, because I could give a shit about any manager or owner who doesn't hire me. I've only not got hired at one job, and that's Hand and Stone. I don't want to talk bad about them. It's just the owner was terrible. It was a piece of shit. I don't give a shit about her. I don't care about her. I had way more experience than anybody in that building, and her included. Everybody. My training is outstanding. My resume was outstanding. She even, pretty much put me on a pedestal about it. Like, man, you worked here, you worked there. This is great. Let's go. Let's do your interview. And when you got somebody else trying to tell me how to do a facial, and I'm a master esthetician, which Maryland doesn't even have a master aesthetics program. And you're going to tell me how to wash somebody's face, how to put a little bullshit chemical peel that's not even a chemical peel. It's nothing but nonsense in that bottle. And you're going to tell me you should put this on first. And that's when I have a problem with certain management. And you know how great you are as a therapist. You're going to see some interviewers that are only 2 years out of school, maybe even 6 months out of school, and are interviewing you. Someone with 10 years of experience or 20 years or whatever it is. And you're the shit. You the top dog. And you're going to let this little motherfucker tell you your business. And they already know you're great, and that's why. They've read your resume. They don't want you to have that job. So I'll go more into detail about that story later. But that is the only job, one job out of all these years that I've gotten turned away from. One time. So no matter how great you are at anything, prepare yourself to be denied at least once, twice, maybe even 3 times. Maybe even more. You never know. For me, I've been blessed. I've been lucky. God has always blessed me with higher positions, at other places, because I'm worth more. I command more money. If I have my resume, you see all the stuff, I want more money. I don't want just $15 an hour anymore. It's a good stepping stone if you're just starting out. But if you have damn near every license, I'm a dual therapist. I have multiple, or more than dual. I'm multi-licensed in laser technician, aesthetics, massage, teaching certificates, instructor, you name it. I have it. Eyelash extension. It's some weird stuff you don't even know about me, but I've taken the classes because I know it makes money. So for somebody to tell me you can't hire me because you think I'm doing the protocol wrong, it's going to hurt. It's going to stink. But you have to get past it, because I'm damn glad I didn't work at that Hand and Stone. Hand and Stone is nice. It's a good company. Don't get me wrong. I've heard good things about it. Very, very nice atmosphere. Setup is wonderful. The marketing is good. But those individual owners is what makes those corporate franchises a bad place to work for. You know, don't get me wrong, Massage Envy is not the most terrible place that you can work for. I've heard of some really good Massage Envies. I've been to some where they have actually 25 rooms. They're really huge. And they give you the space and opportunity to CEUs to go forth and do great things. But that's a good owner. And that's very rare to find. Good people are hard as shit to find. A good owner, good workers, good co-workers, and good clients. Those three things are rare. I'm going to say it again. A good manager or owner, either or, good co-workers, and damn good clients, those three, the trifecta, you can't beat it. And that's in any job. I'm going to tell you, in any job. Military, hey, veteran, Marine. I've been in some battalions and platoons that, some got it going, some jarheads got it together. The other majority, yeah, they're good for war, but that's about it. They're a bunch of rocks. Love them to death, still go to war for them. Don't get me wrong. Oh, they'll always be my brothers, but they're just idiot brothers. So, with that being said, every place that you go, you have to be careful. If you have a good working environment, good co-workers, good clients, and if it's low pay or high pay, stick with that job. Do not lose that job. And that's one of the questions actually that I'm about to go over is, should you stay for low pay? Yes, if you have all three of those things going for you. If you enjoy going to your job every day, no matter how much money you're getting paid or how less, if you enjoy your job, enjoy the people you work with, enjoy your clients, and you rarely have a bad day, like you look forward to waking up, getting out your bed and saying, I'm going to work, which is hard for any job. Even if you were making six figures, how many of those six-figure people are saying, oh, I just love to go to work and deal with these number crunching and deal with all these attitudes and deal with all the backstabbing and hoopla? No, they love the paycheck. Yes, they'll always say that. But remember, pros and cons. How many cons is making that six-figure job or $1 million job or whatever? The cons are listed like from top to bottom. The pros of that is just the money. One thing. So these chains, they're not bad starting points. Now let's get into the questions. You heard me, bitch, moan and groan and gripe about, little things in the beginning of the video, but let's get to it because I can go on forever. I do apologize. You have to bear with me. The first question that someone posed to me on, and this is all from YouTube videos or questions that other therapists, family members, and people who just want to generally want to know about massage therapy and what to look out for, like serious what to look out for. And warning, you are going to hear some things that's going to disturb you. You are going to hear some things that may cause you to rethink massage therapy. You are going to hear me explain to you about trouble and some sticky situations I got myself into. And it is not pleasant. I'm just warning you before you start giving me a bunch of YouTube feedback questions about, oh, you didn't have to say that. Yeah, I did. You know what you're watching. You can turn it anytime. Warning, you can turn off the video right now. If you're scared, do what you need to do to stop watching me. And if you aren't prepared for me to go through these questions, it's almost like if you want me to stop, being honest, you shouldn't give me any type of question to where it's going to be like open-ended or something that's going to be racially motivated or something that's going to be religious. So if my answers frighten you, you should cease asking scary questions. And that's just another warning. Let's go. What made you get into massage? That's one of the questions from a viewer. I'm not going to read the names and so on and so forth. Just go with the questions. What made you get into the massage industry or get into massage? Military, got injured, first deployment, came back home, went through physical therapy, didn't like physical therapy. Anybody who knows about the military physical therapy, it's the worst. It sucks. They're just going to tell you to do more exercises, but I'm a Marine. I exercise every day. That's all we do is run, jump, swim, and shoot. Run, jump, swim, and shoot. That's it. Getting ready for war. So, how much more do you want me to work out? So, things weren't working out with physical therapy. Then I went to the sick call that one morning. I met up with a corpsman, which she is pretty much a naval nurse or a naval doctor. And she pretty much said, I do massage therapy, and there's an actual clinic right outside of Oceanside, California, in Camp Pendleton. So I went with her to the clinic, and one thing led to another. We started dating and stuff like that. But she took me to this clinic where she was getting massages, and I never got a massage ever. I felt more relief just from that little lady getting on top of the table, hanging onto these bars, which is the ashiatsu bars, where you're hanging up high and the feet are in your back, and you just, my back pretty much snapped back into place. I was fixed just because someone put their foot in my back. In the Marine Corps, they give you a lot of meds. So all they did was push medicine down my throat, and it didn't do a damn thing. It took away pain for a couple of hours, but it was right back. And it was a constant, chronic, nagging back injury. But ever since this little lady came and jumped on my back, I was fixed. I was already hooked. I was like, man, this feels great. At the same time, she fixed my back. Where are you going to get 2 treatments done at one time? It was amazing. I continually got the massages over and over and over and over, and they were cheap. Nowadays, massage therapy is expensive. It's not too expensive. It just can burn a hole in your pocket. If you're going once a week, twice a week, it adds up. So for her, it was very cheap. They were acupuncturists / massage therapy / facials. They did it all. And I enjoyed it. Fell in love with it. So I inquired about a school. In California at the time, it was only 250 hours, which is nothing, maybe a month and a half. And I went to school, got my license, which in those days was called the Traditional Chinese Medicine Exam, or TCM. And it was hard. It was very hard. Ended up passing it by the grace of God and got into the massage industry. So the next question is, what do you do to prepare for your massage? In the video, you've also seen me ask other therapists these questions as well. Some people want to know my take on it. So for me, what do you do to prepare for your massage? I pray a lot. I pray for the client on the table to not piss me off or not to leave me a little tip. I work my ass off for the money or that massage to make you feel good. I expect something in return. That's what I'm really praying for. I know we shouldn't be praying for money and stuff, but I do pray that it's not a crazy client who's going to be flipping out, or I don't know. There's other things that I'm going to explain to you later on in the video, but normally just prayer. I pray I have a safe ride to my job. I pray that I can get out of this massage industry to where I can actually be an owner, my own business. That's what I really, really pray about, to prepare for my massage, because I have a bigger picture. I'm focused on the future. I know I can't see the future, but I can imagine it. So that's what prepares me for my massage. Oh, and definitely eating. I mean, you definitely got to be hydrated, eat a good meal. Without eating, you're going to suffer in massage therapy. You have to eat. I've done 2 or 3 massages in my 13 years, or probably a little bit more, without eating, and it's the worst. It is. You can barely get through it. I don't care how strong you are. You need to eat something. It's important. And drink, hydrate. You end up falling out because you didn't set the room temperature correctly because it's probably too hot in there. Plus you didn't drink water. Plus you didn't eat. Plus you didn't take some medicine. If you take medicine, it adds up. So that's what I do to prepare. Just eating, praying, and sleeping. Sleep is your friend. Sleep is my best friend. Seriously. I need energy. I don't see how some people go out party right after work until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I tried it a couple times. I'm like, man, I'm getting old. I can't do it anymore. So, next question. Where did you go to school? I went to school at the National Massage Therapy Institute in Falls Church, Virginia. So, NMTI. I enjoyed the school. It was a damn good school at the time. It was just basically a small little room, a box, and with 12 chairs or tables. And there was a morning class, evening class. We both had to fight over space. The clinic was terrible at times because it was too many people in one area. You had makeup days, which were great. I think every massage school has done away with makeup days, which is terrible. We had damn good instructors. Suzanne was my instructor. I'm not gonna say her last name, but we always still talk highly of her. I think me and a friend of mine, Giselle, we pretty much owe massage therapy to her because she was cool. You know, she was our age as well. You know, well, when I went to massage therapy school, I was 25, or I'm sorry, 24, or just turning 24. And so we were still young, and our instructor was maybe 25, 26. You know what I mean? So she was the same age as us, so she was cool. She understood us, and she made life easy. There are some instructors who do not make life easy. They make crap hard. There are some schools who teach you the craziest books, don't even learn from the trail guide. How can you not learn from the trail guide? It's beyond me. Anyway, we'll talk about bad schools in just a moment. It says, what test did you have to take? This question, the test that I originally took is the TCM, Traditional Chinese Medicine. And like I said, it was hard. It was very, very difficult. I'm surprised I passed the first time. Very surprised. It had things about Ayurvedic medicines, the Chinese clock, the Chinese New Year, to ancient Greece mythology, and where did Zeus get his foot rubbed. I'm like, man, good grief. They're talking about the doshas and Yahara, you know, in Japan. Like, I'm like, where are they getting this stuff from? We didn't even learn this in school. It was that hard. It was terrible. So I'm glad they did change it to the MBLEX, and that's more focused on massage therapy. Some people say that test is hard. No, it's not. As an instructor in Virginia, we had to take that test every year, the MBLEX, to renew our certification. So we knew what we're talking about. So we passed every time. It's not hard. It's more focused for massage therapists. So I think the testing is accurate now. It's up to date. Alright, so next question is, what does a massage therapist have to expect during a massage? You have to expect a lot of things. A lot of crazy things can happen. A lot of sane things can happen as well. You're not going to be prepared for certain things that some people will tell you through their experience and their training, because it's going to be totally different when it happens to you. It'll be a totally different scenario. Just for me, working with people who have disabilities, it's tough. Working with children is really tough, especially when you get a little bastard that gets on the table. The dude is like 13 years old. His parent walks him in the room, and she leaves or he leaves, and I'm thinking, aren't you going to stay in the room? This is a teenager. He's 13. Yes, I signed a waiver, or he signed a waiver, and so did the parent. It's still an awkward situation. I don't care who you are. Our place that I worked at in Rockville, it seems like that's the norm out there. It's like they take their kids to get massages. I'm like, wow, what parent does this shit? I wasn't that fortunate. I wish I was. That'd be great. But well, actually, I'm kind of glad my mom didn't. Never mind. So these kids are getting massages, and I've had a few of them actually give me like $35 tips. Like, oh, here you go. Like it's nothing. Gonna give me a tip. Like, you 13 years old giving me almost $40. And then the parent would give me another tip just because their son's ADHD, and it calms them down. So they're just grateful that they come out the room, you know, like Walking Dead, like just a zombie without the bite. They ain't trying to kill you. But for me, it bothers me a little bit, because it's like, man, I gave this kid a 30-minute massage or an hour, and you gonna give me $35 like I don't know. Maybe I just have an issue with it. I don't know why, but that's just some of the weird things that I've experienced. Per the question, like, what does a massage therapist have to expect during the massage? Just to expect out of the ordinary request. Yes, teenagers are going to give you a $50 tip, or 25 or 30. like it's nothing. Because the boy got off the table, here you go, and just like kind of like threw the money. I'm like, you little. But some people are born that way. They have money. They don't really care about your work, and they want what they want. Some people are demanding. You're gonna have demanding clients all day, every day. You're gonna have, like I said, disability type of clients. Where I had this one little lady, or I think she was Filipino or Puerto Rico, whatever. She's cool, but at the same time, she would come in this little scooter with the leg exposed or hiked up, because she busted her knee or ankle or whatever it was. She's riding on this little scooter, and she'll ride through the facility at bad speed or ludicrous speed. I'm like, where are you going? Why are you cutting corners in this little wheelchair or this little scooter, all up in the room, cutting corners real quick and hitting things, and like everybody else in the clinic, they can hear it. And this lady, when she would park her little scooter, it makes noise. She'll throw it against the wall and just jump on the table because she don't want her leg to get out of position. So she'll do it real fast, like, and then jump on. You got to deal with weird shit like that. You have people who will have exploding diarrhea moments or discharge from period on the sheets. I'm like, you didn't wash before you came to the massage clinic? What else? That's why I grab your sheets from the corners, fold in from the corners, fold in. Don't grab from the middle, because everybody's vagina or penis is in the middle of our body. So all your little craziness is gonna go in the middle of the table. Don't grab. I made that mistake one time, and it was nasty. I had to wash my hand immediately, disinfect, hold the hand just like this, and walk it to the sink and dip it in. It was a nightmare. It was yeah, I had to use antiseptic, all that good stuff just to get. It was oh. So you're gonna have to deal with people farting on the table. Some people have emotional releases, and I'm talking about crying releases or climatic releases. Yes, I said it. You are going to have some people who actually cry their butts off because of something that happened in their situation. They could be thinking about their boyfriend. You rubbing them down. They're like, damn, I miss this dude or I miss this girl. They're gonna have a moment. Or you might have the lady or guy. Yes, it has happened to me. Both, male and female. They have some sort of eruption on the table. We all know. Climax. Get it? You know what I'm talking about. Is that going to make me run out of the room and get them in trouble? Because no. Because sometimes if they're dead asleep and they're snoring and this stuff happens, you'd be surprised what people go through on that table. So am I supposed to stop this session and say, oh, this lady moaned and groaned so much she clenched her fist in climax, so I want her out of my room, but she is still asleep? So the discretion is yours. You will see people come into your room in a couples massage, and the gentleman or husband is talking to the female, hey baby, is everything good over there? Is it good for you? Do you feel good? It's like, man, why are you asking your wife questions when she's trying to enjoy her massage? Shut the fuck up and let's move on. You have a lot of jealousy, a lot of husbands, wives, girl on girl. Oh, the butch girl that looks like, she's with the good looking girl, but they together, lesbian, LBGT, all that good stuff. It don't matter what community you in. If somebody is jealous, male or female, no matter what it is, they're going to be jealous. You have to prepare for that, because the person you're working on might let out a moan or groan and say, oh, that feels good. But to that other person, their significant other, they'll take that to the worst level. They're like, oh, girl, what you moaning or groaning over there? What's he doing to you? Already, I'm kind of in trouble. Because if she wants to go and get me in trouble and say, hey, look, my girl's moaning and groaning, I don't like the way he was. Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere, but at the same time, I have to worry about that. Most therapists have to worry about that. You're going to have to worry about people wanting certain favors. Lastly, in that last question about what do you have to expect, you can expect good things. You can expect good tips. You can actually expect good clients, good pat on the back from your management or job. Some people will write you letters saying, hey, that was the best massage. You fixed my pain. I haven't been this free of pain in so many years. So not everything is sexual. Not everything is traumatic or dramatic. Everything is not going to be crazy. There are some good things to it as well. You are going to meet somebody who is very attractive. That's going to happen to you almost every time your shift happens. Out of 8 people you work on, or 6 people you work on, or 2, out of those people, if you work on 6 people, 4 are going to look good. Out of the 8, 6 are going to look good, if not 7. You're going to have that one where you're not attracted, but they're attracted to somebody else, though. So you might have all attractive people that you work on in one session. It's going to blow your mind sometimes, especially in certain spas. Certain spas only take a certain type of clientele, like a lot of cheerleaders, a lot of people who work in TV, radio, people who have to look the part, some people who have to stay in shape, a lot of personal trainers. Can you imagine someone coming in and like they are just people you see on movies, or they just are gorgeous people. There's some salons that, not the average everyday, I know everybody's not ugly in the eye of the beholder in front of God's eyes, but you do know that there's some people who come in and like they dress crazy, they don't have good hygiene, they have hair everywhere, even for a female, and they might not fit that salon setting. Some salons are so picky, and it's like the Hollywood salon where everybody's gorgeous. If you can imagine that, you know what I mean? In certain places, you're going to see it. Certain med spas. Some people who are ashamed about their bodies and shame about, getting naked in front of people or other girls or guys, they're not going to go to these spas. These are high-end spas. These are the spas who are paying you good commission, 50% or higher, 60% commission, maybe even higher than that. These are the spas that you're getting at definitely $25 and up an hour, easily. You know what I mean? Your tips on average maybe $30, 25 to 30, easily. I've worked in them all, trust me. So these people that you work on, they're gonna look like Amber Rose. I mean, good God, yes, they are, with hips, gorgeous face, everything. They're gonna look like Kim Kardashian. They're gonna look like forgetting her name, Zendaya or whatever, but gorgeous people like Rihanna or Beyonce, they're going to look like that, and it's rough. For the female side, you're gonna have somebody looking like whoever you guys like right now. I'm not too sure, Justin Bieber or some shit, or Idris Elba or Chris Brown. I don't know, the dude from those Marvel movies, I forget, Thor, in shape. You're gonna have those type of guys, and what are you gonna do? So that's what you have to expect sometimes. It's not worth your license. Just keep it professional, keep it moving. You never know, you might run into them later on. There's nothing wrong with hooking up later. There's nothing wrong with that. Has it happened? Yes, of course. Of course. Have I gotten in trouble for it? Definitely. Have I had good management that had my back? Yes. It's not worth fucking your job over. It's not worth losing your license over. It's not worth having your family or friends go to court because somebody said something that you did in the room. It's not. But just expect that. You're going to work on people. Don't lose your mind over it. Do not, again, lose your mind over male or female, whoever. You're going to work on pretty people. It's just going to happen. So prepare yourself for that. What types of tips do you get? The tips for me, it averages about $15 on the low end. On the lowest end, I would say maybe $5, but that's in a month. I would say I would get maybe $4 or $5 tips, maybe, and that's a big maybe. The people who are giving you $5 or $1, my lowest tip I've ever gotten was 4 quarters. 4 quarters for a 90-minute massage. Yeah, 4 quarters. Not $1. Didn't exchange it for $1. Gave me 4 quarters like it was gold coins. That'd be a couple thousand. But no, the 4 quarters. She dropped them in my hand. This lady just said she got off a flight, an international flight. Dulles Airport in Virginia. She had her bags with her. So you gave me $1. She had credit cards out the world. I mean, you name it, she gave me $1. So, with that being said, that's the lowest tip I've ever gotten, was 4 quarters. But on average, look forward to getting at least $15 to $20, give or take. $20 is always great, but don't expect it all the time. 25 and 50, those for those high-end clients, those high-end places, or someone that does a 90 or 2-hour massage. Of course they're going to give you $40. Of course they're going to give you 35 or whatever. That's pretty good. Let's move on. What are some nonsense chores that you have to do? Laundry. Laundry's a mother. I can't stand doing laundry. I didn't go to massage school to become a professional folder. You know, I didn't fold clothes for a living. I don't want to know how to add in 2 parts bleach, 1 part water, an eighth of a drop pad or whatever those little discard that they give you and they throw them in the thing. Man, what the hell? We don't even get trained in that. There is not even a protocol that we have to do that. It's just some made up stuff that they want you to do. Is fold clothes and wash them. That's crazy. There's places that actually make you vacuum, if you can imagine that. Like, why do we even have carpet on the floor anyway? We should have hardwood floors. Why the hell, when has this carpet ever even been cleaned? You know how much oil and crap has been on that floor? How much crap someone has, did on that floor? Some other things, some people will actually have you clean their kitchen. You know, they actually have a staff room where you have to clean the refrigerator or throw this out. I'm like, why? I'm not a professional throwaway food person. I would say that's one of my pet peeves, is just washing clothes, washing dishes, or taking care of things that you actually pay somebody monthly for. You have actually a cleaning crew that comes in that you pay, but you're not paying me extra for that. Now I can see if there's a napkin on the floor or something I can pick up, of course, all day. But don't expect me to go above and beyond dusting and wiping the fan blades and the vents. The vents? Oh man, so let's move on. How do you feel about draping? Draping, in my professional opinion, I can't stand draping. I work in a place where the clients that I have, they're very well versed in massage. Like, they've gotten massages overseas to, back alley places, to the Korean massage, you know what I mean, to the happy ending massage. They've been around, and I'm talking about these are high-end people. They want what they want. They get on the table naked, for crying out loud. I do have to tell them, hey, I have to use the table towel or the little terry towels. They're small, but I have to do something to put over your groin area. I have to do something to put something over your vagina or your breast, because it's just the state laws. I don't know who you work for. I don't know if you could work for the massage boards. You could be an undercover cop. You could be damn near CIA, the man, whoever the fuck it is. You're not going to set me up. I know you want to get on the table naked. I know you have a great body. Yeah, I see it. I mean, I'm no dummy. Oh, I seen it coming. I seen it in the clothes. I know how big them hips are. Trust me, I'm a guy. I know. But there's no reason for you to be laying on top of the table, on top of the sheet, all butt-ass naked, to get me in trouble. So draping, I try to at least use the towels, because the towel, I can at least, if it's going across the gluteal area, I can hold here, pull that towel forward, and that exposes the whole glute on the outside, at least the side of it and a little bit of the top. But right when it gets to the crack area, it's still covered with the towel. So now I take the towel, pull it back over, and it's now covering the whole hip area, so that I'm safe, and I tuck right on in. So they're still exposed to a point where it's not the sheet. The sheet gets in the way. I can't stand the sheets. If you really want a full body massage, I need to work around things. So 90% of my clients, maybe even a little bit more, maybe 92, 94% or higher, they know the drill already. My outside private clients that I go to their homes, they already know the drill. If you want certain areas worked on, I need to get to those areas. I don't need this damn towel or heavy covering in my way. It's frustrating. People will actually complain at the front desk that they didn't get their full massage. They don't tell you shit in the room, but they'll wait right until 90-minute massage, 2-hour, whatever, and then they'll go make a complaint. So you had a whole hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, to complain in the room and tell me to fix it. But you went to my boss complaining they got a free massage. I've learned in this business, if they complain right, they will get anything they want. And gets you in trouble, even if you did the right thing. Sometimes doing the right thing isn't doing the right thing. It can hurt you. They'll write a letter to corporate, and that really gets you in trouble, and gets your manager in trouble, and gets the district managers in trouble, gets all the regional it's a slippery slope where the shit rolls downhill effect, where yeah, everybody feels it, and when your boss feels it, they put you on a conference call. It's fucking up their money just because you tried to do the right thing, just because you tried to follow the damn Susie Salvo book or whatever, these ethical books. You can still get in trouble no matter how ethical you are. So just be aware of draping. Do it the right way. You'll always stay on top. How do you feel about CEUs? You already know from the beginning of the video, CEUs, there are some great instructors. Some. I've been to the conferences, and I found a lot of CEU providers doing the right things. But then I think there's a lot more doing wrong things, or just telling you what they want you to do, or they actually have some sort of script and they're just reading off of it. I'm like, why? If you're such a professional, or you know this back and forth, and you know it all, and you claiming to know it all, why the fuck are you going into the book? Just like certain instructors. Certain instructors did not like me because I knew the muscles. I knew all 11 body systems. I knew things about heart. I just did. There are some confusing things, even still to this day, I need to look in the book. I do. I have to reference it. You know, it's almost like a doctor. Does a doctor know everything in the medical journal? That's impossible. I know some people say don't say impossible. No, that is, because things change every year. Same thing with massage therapy. There's things we thought we knew and then it changed in the book. That's why there's a 3rd edition, a 4th edition, a 8th edition, a 10,000th edition. It's always changing. But for me, I knew my shit. I would always say, no, this is the muscle, this connects here, the origin, the action, the insertion. This is what you do. This is how it elevates. This is how it circumducts, or whatever the hell you wanted to ask me. There are continuing education providers who don't even know. I'm like, wait a minute. You just said that was the teres major. Why are you saying this is the minor? This rhomboid major, rhomboid minor. How are you getting the two confused? It's really that crazy. You are paying thousands of dollars, or hundreds, if not thousands, for somebody to read out of a book. And this is what I'm paying for? Something I could have learned on YouTube. That's the problem with CEUs. Even online. If there are online CEUs, I don't mind that if you have to pay for your license. If you need to keep it up, yes, no, by all means, pay for that license online. Yes, get it out the way. Do not lapse. Do not fall behind, not even a day. Especially in Maryland. Maryland will charge you another $250 or $275. So if you're already paying $250 plus the $275, it's $525. You don't want problems. You really don't. It's hell. I relapsed one time, and I remember getting hit with that bill, that $480 bill, because it was lower at the time, $480, and now it's like $525. It goes up every year or every 2 years, little by little. You don't want that problem, and then they still have to reinstate you. You can send all your money to them all you want. They still have to say yes or no. They can say no, and they keep your money because there's a clause in there that states you are to fulfill the requirements. They keep the money. It's as simple as that. If they feel the CEUs aren't adequate. So, if I'm an employer and you come to my desk, you give me all this, I'm skilled in craniosacral, I'm skilled in Thai massage, I'm skilled in cupping and all this other fancy stuff. I'm going to say, show me. If you cannot show me, then you didn't learn shit. Don't tell me some online class, and that's where online is bad. It will mess you up. And I've sat on certain interviews, and I already told certain people what to look for. I said, no, tell them to show you. While we're in our practical, the hands-on, show me craniosacral, show me Thai massage, show me cupping, show me all this wonderful stuff that you have on your resume. And that's when people freeze up, because they took online classes. So if I ask a CEU provider, hey, can you show me what you're talking about? They freeze up without their little slide on the wall or their little diagram. No, go past that diagram. Can you show me? They can show. You can look at a picture and then know what to do because you're looking at the picture or the video. And that's why I don't like certain CEU. Question earlier in the other videos to other therapists: do you get paid during inclement weather? And some of the therapists laugh and say, "Oh, this is not the government," or "Oh, we wish." And yeah, some places do pay you for inclement weather. And this is what I mean by this. I've worked in two places where, one, if it snows outside and they know you can't make it in, what they'll do is they have like a petty cash fund. The petty cash fund, every Friday or every time we got paid, we would put in like $5, $10. It was very, very small, $1 here and there, and you do it without the year. So you'll be or it's crazy what saving 50 cents every time you get paid, or $1 or $5, it adds up to when that inclement weather comes around. And we would split it for those who are working that day. So you still got, it's seems like it's small, but it's not. One time we had the snow of 2010, I believe, the Snowmageddon, whatever it was, and we were out of work for like 4 days. 4 days were already covered because we had the petty cash for almost like 2, because we didn't have snow that last year of 2009. We had a little bit, but it didn't cause you to stay home. And this was only for inclement weather where they know you can't come in. Because even if it's snowing, people are still going to get a massage. It's weird. I've worked in some places where it could be raining, tornado outside. People are still coming in to get a massage. The lights go out. Power goes out. Them people will not get dressed. They'll still be on that table. It's pitch black in a room. You can't even see anything. Have to turn on the light from your cell phone. And you know you have to evacuate the building because the only thing that does work is the backup emergency power with one light, so you can at least see yourself out the exits, and the fire alarm will go off. They don't care. They will still want their massage. They're paying for it. So the inclement weather question came up because, yes, we had a petty cash fund. My other job, where they would, if it's a tornado, hurricane, snow, earthquake, so on and so forth, they would only pay you if you had the PTO, your paid time off, if you had enough saved up, if you were a full-time worker, 32 hours or more, which was great. Or actually 30 hours. When you came in, or you couldn't come in, all they did was switch out a day that you already had saved up. So out of a whole year, you could save about 15 days. That's not bad. That's most government workers. They get about 15, 30 days, sick leave or annual leave. 15 to 30. But for us, we got 15 days. So if it snowed and we were out of work for 2 days, we just used our paid time off day, 2 days. You still got 13 days to spend. You can use that on whatever you want. So yes, there are massage jobs who will still pay you for inclement weather, and that's always great. Because think about it, if you're snowed in for 2 weeks and you don't get paid for 2 weeks, can you really go without a paycheck for 2 weeks? I can't. I don't care how much I'm getting paid. I need a paycheck. Because say you are making $10,000 a paycheck or $1 million a paycheck, but you got a $1 million house or $1 million bills. You need that paycheck to keep up those million. Even though you're getting $1 million, you still have to pay out $1 million because you got the house, the mortgage, the cars, the rent, so on and so forth, girlfriends, parties and shit to pay for. So even if you are making a lot of money, you can't go without 2 weeks. A week is even bad. It is. It sucks. So if you have some sort of fund where you can put money away for your inclement weather and your job doesn't allow you to, put it away. You never know. You're going to have slow days like inclement weather where it's not going to cause you not to come into work. But what if people just don't want to come in to get a service? And what if your boss doesn't pay you hourly? And that's what most massage places, they don't pay you hourly. They pay you per service. So when you see your contract or, hey, we're hiring you this and this is per service, you'll know those words now. Per service means you are only getting paid per that service that comes in. That person that has physically came in. Not the person who's on your books Yeah, they can call in and say, hey, I'm coming in for 4 o'clock, and that's on your books for 4 o'clock. But what if it comes to 4:05 and they still haven't physically, in person, come in? You still don't get paid, even though it's on the book. So you're thinking, hey, the credit card's on file. Shouldn't you bill them for wasting our time? No, because they either are not a member. You can't bill a member. Some people will just say, hey, look, if they're a non-member, they can call in and don't show up. But if they're a member, then yes, we can bill them. But some places will give them 2 or 3 warnings, like, hey, Miss Johnson, this is your second time. We're gonna have to bill you the third time, but that's 2 times you didn't get paid. And what if they do the third time, just saying, oh, she's all nice, she's older, blah blah blah. I know her, she's my aunt, or whatever. You don't get paid the third time or fourth time. It can keep going. It can keep going. All right, so next question is, what is your biggest fear about massage? My biggest fear, and it came true, I want to say at least 5 years ago, or 6 now, I believe, where you're doing a service and you turn someone down. 9 times out of 10, if you turn somebody down and they are used to being turned down, or they laugh it off, or they may get a little mad, but you know it's okay. Like, say somebody wants a sexual favor, a happy ending, and you actually say, you know what, no, I'm not going to do it. The likelihood of them not getting mad is kind of slim, especially if they're a good-looking person. Who turns down a good-looking person? You see what I'm saying? Like, all these Lifetime cable channel shows, how many Lifetime movies actually come on every day about a vengeful person, somebody suing the girls, slashing your tires? It happens. Some people want what they want, and if you deny them, they'll find a way to make your life hell, or worse. I don't even know what worse is than hell, but for me, I went through my little problem, and it went from management on to local law enforcement, because the establishment has to notify a higher authority. So I went through, like, thinking, man, I'm gonna lose my license, I'm gonna lose my job, I'm gonna lose my career, because I was in the military at the time. So my biggest fear, it kind of came true. Hence the question was, what is your biggest fear? Was someone actually making a complaint against me, and I have nothing that I can do about it but wait. When you're waiting, when someone has to suspend your license, you got to go to court, you have to get all these phone calls from whoever wants to question you. You don't want that. I'm dead serious. You do not want that. And this lady wasn't even fine at all. It was just, she was pissed. I put her in a mood that where she wanted more from me, and I couldn't deliver. I told her I wouldn't deliver. And it's the worst feeling in the world to get accused of anything, especially sexual assault or sexual harassment or anything to do with sexual anything. Even if it's not your fault, it's still bad. Because unless she or he goes on the news or goes to the detective and say, you know what, no, I was just playing, it was my fault, then you're not in the clear. Someone will always have in the back of their mind, you did it. Always. You can't get out of it, no matter how great you are. And look at me. Yeah, got through everything. She admitted everything. Like, oh no, I don't want to press charges. I don't want to go forward with this. That was my only saving grace. And not too many people know about this story. My family does. My friends do. Now you do. Because I'm telling you, it is no joke. You will sleep not even 2 minutes each day. Like, you're up all day thinking about what this person just said about you. I know too many therapists. My situation worked out for me. She actually said, no, this did not happen. No, I just wanted a happy ending. I wanted him to do what he needed to do. I wanted pleasure. I wanted a release. Massage is sexual. It really is. I know there's some people who say, oh, it's not. No, it is. It's a feeling that you're giving somebody that it feels great. Every time I get a massage, yes, it feels great and wonderful. Yes, I love it. And yes, my mind does wonder. Of course, it does. Do I act upon it? No. I'm not crazy. I don't want someone saying, oh, your session has ended, I'm leaving the room, because there are therapists who do that. was lead therapist, manager. I worked in places where people will leave the room and embarrass the client badly in front of other people or in front of other therapists. That will slam the door. I can't believe you would ask me. What the hell? Did you need to do that just because they made a moan or a groan? And I've seen female therapists get in trouble. Seriously, it is not a game. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. This right here is a pamphlet every 2 years that Maryland Chiropractic Board mails out to you. And they show you all the rules and laws that are changing. So when you open up and you keep going page by page, page by page, and this is actually on their website as well, on any massage therapy website. You come to this page right here, the disciplinary case summary. This page right here is the most embarrassing page on any license. I'm talking about from cosmetologists to doctors to anything. They all have a database in a system like this. This is just the paper form. It's all online. So these are people who actually went to court and got found guilty. They actually did do some things. And there are females' names on here. Yeah, no lie. Not saying that there's more females. There's at least 6 or 7 females out of... Everybody keeps thinking it's always males. No, it is not. No, and these seem like good women because they all have American names. And everybody thinks it's always Asian people who are doing sex brothels or like the parlors that have something to do with happy endings or sexual activity. No, these were all American names. You go on the websites, look at their names, and you'll see that it's not them. It's everybody that's getting in trouble, and you'll lose your license forever. It's not 2 years anymore. It's not 5 years. They used to have a rule where you could re-get your license. Not anymore. The world is changing. People are complaining. My person who accused me, they actually awarded her free massages for, I believe, 1 massage a week for 3 months, I believe. Everything went away. So you give somebody an incentive and it just goes away. Just like certain people with a lot of money, deep pockets, they pay people outside of court and it all goes away. I don't have money like that. I don't have time to even bullshit somebody like, man, if this happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. Why are you giving her free massages, or him, or whoever the fuck it is? This is destroying me. It could destroy you as well. So that's why you're hearing this. Alright, the next question is, do you have racist or jealous clients, and how do you handle it? You're always going to have some sort of racist client. For me, when I meet my clients in like the break room, not the break room, but the tranquility room or the guest room or the waiting room, whatever it is, a lot of people, when they call up and they want a massage, they say, hey, your therapist is going to be Benjamin. We'll see you here 4 o'clock, see you later. When you meet me, Benjamin is brown skinned. Benjamin, historically, if you look at all the Benjamins in the world, predominantly is going to be white. It's just how it is. Not going to be too many. What was the last black Benjamin besides me? Not too many, right? So when they shake my hand, it's like, whoa, okay, who are you? I was expecting Benjamin. You can tell off the break, like just from the handshake, or some won't shake your hand. Some will be frigid on the table, just bracing the whole time. The sheets tucked in to hold on to the sheets. You're going to get some, even guys. Everybody's thinking I'm talking about a female. No. There's some guys, because the front desk, if they're a good front desk, they're going to say, hey, I got you booked with Benjamin at 4 o'clock. They know it's a guy's name. So if they had a problem with it, they should have said, hey, look, I prefer a female there, because I know I would. You tell me Randy's ready at 3 o'clock. Oh, I don't want Randy. Or you tell me, Sean is ready at... No, Sean who? Is that a Sean female name? S-A-U-N or S-E-A-N? Like, who you talking about? I have a problem with it because, I only want a guy working on my back and my neck. I don't want you empathize and all. No, 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 no. Sorry. I'm not part of the community. But they know who you're getting. So why do you have a problem with me, male or female, when you first meet me? As a master esthetician, doing facials and massage, yeah, it's weird to have somebody get a massage and then a facial and they're still frigid and they give you a $5 tip to really add insult to injury. Or they might not give you a tip at all. So yes, that's the racism. It's not going to be blatant to where, oh, I don't like this nigga, or I don't like this motherfucking black ape. No, that ain't never going to happen because they know they would get dealt with easily. And that goes for anybody of color. I don't care fuck what your nationality is. You call me out the wrong name, yeah, you get snatched up real quick. I mean, it just never happened in my case. I mean, you can talk shit on TV, YouTube, all you want. You're not going to do it in my face. I guarantee it. You're just not. They're not made like that. They're not. I am. So, for a motherfucker to say any racist word out their mouth to me, it has not happened. But you can feel the racial tones. You can. I believe the two-part question was, do you have any racist or jealous clients? The jealous clients, of course. You can have somebody same race as you. They're not racist or anything, or they just don't like someone succeeding in an area that they know that their woman is about to get rubbed on. Like if it's a couples massage and it's me and another female and we're working on another male and female. So I got the female and let's say TG, she's got the male. There are jealous boyfriends who will watch the whole time, watch me massage their girl. Or the husband who will sit in a couple's room and not get a massage and just watch me massage his wife, which is weird. You have jealous coworkers. You stolen their client. You are that great that you have taken another person's client because they were sick one day. I told you don't fall sick. That's what's going to happen. I am great at what I do. I toot my own horn all the fucking time. I really do. I am great at what I do. I am. And most therapists are. The ones who know that they're great, yeah, they're just like me. We hang in our own circles. We hang by ourselves, or we don't associate. With the happy ending scenarios or instances that I've gotten myself into, or clients have enticed myself into, or from what other massage therapists have told me about, I really can't elaborate on other people's happy ending stories, but there's a lot out there and you would be very, very, very surprised. In the earlier videos of other therapists that I have shown throughout this video, I can't expose them or put them out there with that type of question because they do still work for certain chains and certain medi spas, destination spas, and they like where they work. Or what if they want to transfer into another job, and because they told this story on this video, trying to tell you the truth, it can hurt them from other employment. Me, I'm self-sufficient. I will still get a job. If you like, you know, the skills and wonderful teaching experience that I bring to your job, you're going to hire me. There's nothing wrong with my license. There's nothing wrong with me. Massage therapy, they won't even let you have a license if something was that bad and you've been through something. There's no way they'll give you a license. They'll strip that from you quickly. So the other therapists, they would have liked to elaborate on like a happy ending, because they ask me all the time, well, why didn't you ask us this? Because you do want to hold that job. You want to keep that job. You don't want anybody taking it away or finding this on Facebook or YouTube, and now they're passing judgment on you. And most of those people who pass judgment has had it happen to them, or they probably have asked for happy endings, you know, and they pass judgment on you more than anything, and they're the ones who do all the dirt. And I don't want any of them to suffer. I don't care who sees me on TV or video. This is my life. This is what I'm telling you, and I'm trying to save yours so you don't have to go through it or be freaked out because someone asked for a happy ending. I know of a therapist who I trained and taught at the school. Taught her at the school first. She came on with this job. And like 2 years later, she realized I was the lead therapist at the time. And she gets freaked out because a lady. So this is girl on girl. The therapist, she's female. The client, she's a female. She loses her shit and runs out the room, slams the door, comes to our main boss, went past me and everything, went straight to our main boss who was already in a meeting with an intercom system to where they could still hear her talking. He's in a meeting, and she's talking about how this lady has pretty much enticed her into, that she wanted a happy ending, basically. She didn't entice her, but she basically propositioned her, and it was with money. She said that the young lady brought out some money and said, hey, I could go a little longer. Then that's all she said. And the therapist who I'm talking about, she knew what that meant. She knew, the girl, she actually took the sheet off. She said, I can go a little bit longer. And she was naked underneath the sheets. But the way that the therapist handled the situation, it was dramatic. It was overblown. All she had to do, and she's been trained to do this. It's in the books. It's in DVDs. It's in any massage school there is. Ma'am, the session has ended. I can't do what you want me to, or you're requesting. I can't do that. I'm going to leave the room now, and I'm going to get my manager. That's all you got to say. Or you can just leave the damn room. But you don't have to slam the doors, mess everything up. Now, the girl in the room, she's thinking like, okay, what the hell just happened? This girl slams this door. I'm kind of scared and frightened now. What the hell? So people lose their minds over things. There are going to be people who get an erection on the table. Males, you're going to see our erection. If a woman gets aroused, you're not going to see something pop up out of the sheet. Then that's not a female. That's something else. But if it's a guy, our thing, bang, it's going to come on up. It's going to spring up real quick. You'll know when we're excited. That's still not justification to leave the room and lose your mind. I've had some other therapists who, just blow everything out of proportion. I'm like, look, we have trained you on how to handle a person who gets an erection. If a female has, they're aroused and they're horny, do I just immediately leave the room and say, oh, our session is ended? You are so gross. I can't understand why you're so sexual and I put you in this mood and you're just trying to respond to me and you all up on me. I don't get that way. No guy really does. We just say, you all right? You good? I hear a lot of moaning. You straight? We're just trying to make sure you okay. Now, then if she actually says, well, yeah, I'm okay, but I want to happy, then I have to legally stop the massage, no matter how fine and gorgeous she is. That gorgeous and fine woman, male or female, whoever you like, they're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to pay, your salary for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, while you're going through legal troubles. And that's why I've always had it pretty good about saying no. Because I know without a shadow of a doubt that most women or men or whoever is trying to get that type of service, they're not going to pay your bills. And if somebody's not paying my bills, why am I doing this? Even if you're that fucking fine, you're that gorgeous, yes, you are. But you're not that good. No one is. No one is. Not even all the people you see on Hollywood movies, everybody you fascinate about or has a fascination about. Unless they're going to pay your bills for the next 5, 10, 20 years, that might be something. But who is going to do that? I don't know of even one person who would do that. So be careful about the happiness. It's going to happen. Guarantee you, in some sort of way, it will happen. It'll be subtle or it's going to be all out there. Like some people will just be standing there naked. They want you to help them get dressed in a robe, like to go to the next room if they're getting a facial or something else. I'm like, no, you can get yourself dressed. I'm gonna stand outside. Don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous, it's as bad as that body is, and I wouldn't mind standing there looking all day, just like anybody would. I'm human. I'm a man. You get it? You know, I'm not gay. I'm straight. I love women all day, every day. And for someone to come in there that is just, you know, you have a desire for, in the perfect setting, yes, of course I would stay. Of course. I'm telling you honestly. But as a professional, I got to leave the room because this can get me in trouble in more ways than one. And people's careers are in jobs. Their job or career, say you're a banker or just any old worker. A banker can make a calculation, one dot or a comma can be missing, a number can be missing. They may get yelled at a couple times, maybe even suspended. And if they did it more than 3 times, then they're an idiot. Then they should be fired. But they have at least 1, 2, and possibly a 3rd chance to mess up at their job. As a massage therapist, I'm telling you, it's just one shot and that's it. There's no 3 strikes. There's nothing. It's one time, you're out. It's like you have to stay focused because there's no do-overs. If you do get sued and they actually win, you're out of a lot of money. They're going to take your license. And when they take your license, it's forever. Where else can you go? You're blacklisted. You're on a list. You're on a sexual registry list. Do you know how that actually feels? Going into a police department and putting your name in their database. And for the next job that you apply for, it will stay with you. You can have a PhD, but as soon as you have anything sexual assault on your record, that PhD, they don't even see the PhD. All they see is SEX and then assault. That's all they see. You could be brilliant at anything in this world, but I guarantee you, across that computer system, that's what they're going to see. That's what they're going to judge you on, is because of one fucking happy ending. And forget the word happy ending. It's not taboo. It's not forbidden. Just, it could be a friend. You befriended somebody and you gave them a happy ending at your house. 2 consenting adults. Has nothing to do with the massage place that you work at. But hey, it was a client that you booked at the place you worked at, and they're going to track that back to the place. Hey, where did this relationship begin? It began here. They can still get you. Maybe not happy ending, but it's still led to something sexual in nature. Like say something gets out of hand, like they don't want to date you anymore and it gets violent. It comes back on you. A lot of things do. That's why I say don't be friends with certain people. As wonderful and gorgeous and sexy they are, it's going to be hard. Yes, it is. It's going to be almost impossible. But what keeps me sane is, are they going to pay my bills? Can you guarantee me that we're going to be together forever? If you can't guarantee me that, and can't see the future, you can't show me on an iPad our futures, then no, I'm not interested. Another bad thing about corporations or even private owned spas and places that you work at, if someone does accuse you of anything, sexual in nature or a happy ending, and say it is consensual, say it's consensual to the 1,000th power or whatever, she's even saying, hey, yes, we did have sex in the room, or I liked him so much that I did tell him to do this, and it wasn't for money, it was just we liked each other, we felt each other at the time. That company that you work for is not going to want to hear that at all, even if that person has your back. And say for some reason it just got out, like she didn't leak it, it was just somebody found out about this, you guys are bumping and grinding in the room, or you're doing this to a couple other people and they don't mind either. It's all consensual sex, and they're actually tipping you after this. Oh yeah, you'll be cleared of the sexual assault stuff, don't get me wrong, but you're still not cleared of ethical violations. That means they still can take your license, even if it is consensual. A review board can still say, hey, look, we don't condone this. Even though, yeah, the women aren't complaining or the men aren't pressing charges or anything, this story just still leaked out on the internet or still got to our chiropractic board or NCTMB. They still legally have the rights to say, we don't want you to be a massage therapist anymore. You're bringing a bad light upon our department or our industry. We're going to charge you with immoral turpitude or immoral turpitude or whatever it's fucking called. So happy endings aren't so happy at all. Even if you're getting paid, even if it's consensual, even if it's the best person in the world that you see, or have ever seen, and you just go Google Gaga over them and then lose a career. Especially if you've had a military job, police job, healthcare job, state job, and you're doing massage therapy on the side. That military, police, healthcare, or state jobs, certain jobs can hold your retirements until you beat these charges of sexual assault or happy ending or whatever it is. You don't want anybody holding your pension, holding your hard-earned 401k over your head until some sort of case gets solved. And the reason why I say there's a pending 401k or retirement, because they've invested money. Yes, they're matching your 401. So if you're putting in money, their company's putting in money, they'll say, oh, hold up. You have now pretty much voided your money, or you reneged on the deal that we had that you set up for saving money. Now we'll take back our money and we don't owe you anything. And we collect the interest and the dividends and all this other stuff from the stock market for playing that money for the next 20 years. We want all that in, interest. So they win. They want you to fuck up. Other jobs that you might have, especially military, they can hold your retirement. They have the right to give you a dishonorable discharge and say, no retirement for you. Even if you did 20 years, 25 years. Say this happens in your 26th year or 30th or 40th years in the military. They actually have the power to say, nope, dishonorable discharge. There's no retirement in a dishonorable discharge. No such thing. And you just did 40 years. Police departments are the same way. Firefighter, anything that has a government contract or a state type job, anything that's official or holds weight, they will get rid of you. Colleges, you can't even apply to a college if you have certain sexual assault charges or happy ending, whatever it is, and you're found guilty of it. Even if it's consensual, it's still happened in a job that's somehow immorally wrong, or the ethics behind it. And even certain colleges have an ethics code that actually say, before you apply to our school, did you have any felony convictions, misdemeanors, any drug charges, any pending investigations, they ask you everything before the state will issue you a scholarship. They will give you funding through the FAFSA. You can't even apply for grants, loans, nothing. So this happy ending, it can really be a terrible ending. It can screw you for future employment and current employment. So please do not fuck around. I am dead serious. I am warning you. It almost happened to me. I'm living proof telling you here on camera for the world to see. And have I been propositioned for a happy ending? Yes, quite frequently. Did I have good feelings about being propositioned? Of course, yes. I'm a guy. Because when I'm walking down the street, no, that's never happened where a woman has just said, hey, I would like for you to give me a happy ending. That's never fucking happened. It's never happened. You see what I'm saying? But in that type of setting, when you're making somebody feel so good from touch and they want you, it's hard to resist that. From male, female, it is. Just being honest with you, it's so hard. Because you don't see that every day. You don't just walk down the street, hey, how you doing? My name is so-and-so, and you get along so well, and then all of a sudden you just, 2 hours later, you guys are in bed. It can happen, yes, but it's very rare. You have to go on a couple of dates. You have to go whining and dining 30 days, 90 days going out before you can feel somebody that wants to feel you. But in massage therapy, you can actually have somebody in a vulnerable position in less than 15 minutes. And that's real. You can break up happy homes, marriages, all that good stuff. Just because somebody wants to be pleased. And it's not always their fault. They're going through a hard time. They're going through a divorce. The man ain't acting right. The girl ain't acting right. They're lonely. They're depressed. A lot of people in massage, they're coming in for those massages because they are lonely. They are going through something. You see what I'm saying? And they could be fully married. They could be attached 2 times, but you have several boyfriends and girlfriends, but they want you. And it's like you have to make a choice. Like I said, we can only mess up 1 time. 1 time is even too many. It's like you really can't even mess up 0 times. Like you just can't mess up. But if I worked at any other job, flipping burgers to, I don't know, just doing regular simple jobs, you can mess up as many times as you want until the boss really just gets tired of you. But you can afford to get another job easily. You know, our job is just like flying a plane. For 1 second, even if you navigate or fall asleep and that plane tilts too far, tilts over, how do you pull out of? You've seen what Denzel Washington went through in the airplane movie where he had to correct himself. It was hard. Only 1 to 2 pilots in the world can pull off what he did. It's hard to unscrew or level out a plane that's already flipped over. It's hard to level out our career because we had a happy ending moment. A plane holds what, 200 something people, 250 or 150 people, jumbo jet. That's lives gone from 1 mistake. You can't even, 1 is too many. It's like sending 1 nuclear bomb over. 1 nuclear bomb can kill the world. Yeah, you obliterated your enemy, but you also made 70% of the world dead. Because now plants can't grow. Because of nuclear holocaust, pretty much. So you see what I'm saying? You can't mess up. Okay, there was a last question that I didn't answer. And I feel if I don't answer it, I wouldn't do you justice with this video. But there's a lot of nasty things that you guys need to look out for during a massage. So the question, it's basically contraindications. So your contraindications, for those who don't know, is something that goes against your practice or something that you cannot work on, such as a broken bone. If somebody comes in and they have like a dislocated shoulder, or their bone is sticking out of their skin, or they have some sort of dislocation in their finger and it's twisted this way, or it's looking crazy, you know, that could be arthritis. Don't get me wrong, rheumatoid arthritis, but they're 25 years old or 45 years old, even 55 or 60. You shouldn't be having rheumatoid arthritis if you're in shape and look good and you're doing what you're supposed to do with your body. So a lot of people think that we are miracle workers in the sense of we can fix anything. They don't want to go to the doctor's office. People are scared of the doctor's office. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like going to the doctor either. I go twice a year. If I could, I would only go once a year. But I know me, being 38, I have to go at least twice now. You know, you have to always double up when you get past 35 years old, and then you should be good. But people are fearful, and they have a lot of diseases or infections or crazy stuff going on with their bodies that we cannot work on as massage therapists. Or even if you're an esthetician, you know, you're not supposed to work on the face if somebody has craziness going on with their face and it's contagious. So there's the question of, what have I gone through that's been a contraindication during massage? And this is what you need to look out for. I had a young lady on the table. She said she got through hiking down, I guess, in South America, if it was, or it might have been in America. But she had all these little rough patches on her leg. And so when I'm doing a glide, you know, so I'm like grinding that leg, or so say this is the leg, and I'm grinding down those hamstrings. I'm feeling like, okay, why is it rough right in here? Like, why does this skin feel like it's rough patches? And I couldn't understand it. I was like, man, what the hell's going on? So in the room I had set up was low lit type of atmosphere. It had just candles and maybe one little small light that you could dim down. And so I really couldn't see it, so I had to turn the light on. And she's already asleep. So I turned the light kind of way up so I can really, really see what's going on. And why is it so rough, you know? And come to find out, she had poison ivy. And I woke her up. I was like, and I'm very allergic to poison ivy. Almost, I wouldn't say every year I catch it, but it can just blow on me like poison sumac or poison ivy that kind of blows in the air off the leaf. If I could breathe it in or if it lands on my skin, I catch it. I'm that sensitive to poison ivy. And it is the worst. I can't stand being itchy. So I woke her up. I said, ma'am, you know that there's a lot of bumps right here in your middle thigh area to your hamstring area. And she's like, oh yeah, it's just poison ivy. Like it was nothing, and went right back into the face cradle like, okay, continue. That's crazy. So watch out for people like that. I ended the session real quick because I thank God I didn't have any open sores or bumps or bruises. And it did look like she was recovering because it was rough. It wasn't like poison ivy is not supposed to be that rough unless it's going away, it's healing. That in her defense, yes, it was healing, but I can't take the risk, not at all. You're going to run across people who have common colds and they'll say, oh, I'm just getting over a cold. And they keep coughing during the session. In that session, I don't care if they're getting over a cold. They'll say, oh, the worst is behind me. No, it's not. It's still in front of me. You know, it could be the worst for me soon. So, yes, it might be behind you. But for me, you're contagious. I can't afford to be sick at all. If you're sick, you are missing days. You do not get paid just to sit at home unless you have a very, very good job that allows you to take PTO, paid time off. You can use your sick leave or whatever. And that's very rare. It's great if you have it. I had it at one point, but the job I have right now doesn't give me PTO. So, with that being said, if someone has any type of other virus that is very contagious, and you have to look up your contagious diseases, what can you catch just from contact, what can you catch from saliva, what can you catch from blood transfusions. When people sneeze, they'll say they have allergies. That's nonsense. Not in the winter. I mean, I guess you could have allergies in the winter if you lived in Arizona or somewhere climate where it's dry. Wintertime for us in Maryland, DC, Virginia, it's going to be blistering cold. The hawk is outside. It's a common cold. So somebody has the flu, or they say they just got the flu shot. Okay, well, what are you getting the flu shot for? Do you have the actual flu right now? Or did you just get the shot to prevent it? You have to ask these questions. So I had a gentleman get off the table. He had to use the bathroom really, really bad, I guess. And I told him to use the bathroom before the session. He goes into the bathroom with his feet. You know, any bathroom in any establishment is nasty. I don't care where you are. I don't care if they cleaned it every 5 seconds. It's still... You're going into a bathroom with your bare feet to pee, then to come back and I got to work on your feet. I'm not working on your feet. You can cancel that. I've had that issue happen. I've had complaints. Oh yeah, I got complaints a lot for protecting myself. So I don't care. I'll always eat it. It may come out of my paycheck, but oh well. So then he gets back on the table. He's pissed. I'm like, oh well. I've had people who have athlete's feet all in between their toes. Look in between the toes. You can feel dead skin. You can feel when somebody actually has abnormalities in their skin. Like, wait a minute, this is abnormal. This is not feeling correct. Like, what is going on your skin? Look at the skin. Look if it has any bumps, redness, skin tone. If it's asymmetrical, meaning not symmetrical. If it's symmetrical, everything's nice and smooth and skin tone is nice. But if it's asymmetrical, where you got blotches here and there, maybe they might have vitiligo. Maybe not. You know, that could be patches of something else. Poison ivy can actually be white patches. It does not have to be red. You really need to look into your contraindications. So if somebody keeps coming in and they're saying this and that, be cautious. Read the soap notes. Read these medical histories, what people have. If people are under the influence of whatever medication that they have taken for insomnia or schizophrenia, or if they're a hypochondriac and all this other good stuff. You have to look into it because they will lie to you. If they flip out on you and they're, I'm forgetting the term of it, when somebody just flips out to a different person, that medication is serious. You know, when they come in, they're fine one moment and all of a sudden they're mean or evil or somehow they got pissed off. You know, you might want to reconsider working on them because they could say anything and it's your fault you didn't read the soap notes. So medications, please take seriously. And I know I forgot that earlier, and that was a main question. It's a very, very serious type of question. So be safe out there. Thanks for watching my video, and good luck in your career. Be safe, be smart. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from the crap that I have gone through and have explained to you that it's nice. It's not nice out here. It's real. Don't let anybody jeopardize your way of life. And that's in any job. Anybody who's watching this video, and you're maybe not even a massage therapist, take my word for it. This applies to all and every single job. And even jobs that haven't even been created yet, it's going to still be the same thing. You have to see why you got to cover your own ass at all times. Everybody is an enemy until you know that they're your friend. You see what I'm saying? Don't befriend everybody. Just because certain people want certain things and they're nice and they're cool, forget that. This is your livelihood. Work on it, you know, to the best of your abilities that work for you. All right? And I'm not trying to blame anybody, any institution, any schools, any corporations I'm not trying to paint them in a bad light. I'm just telling you what I've gone through. I don't have any specific gripes or grudges now because I've gotten past them. It's not worth me bashing anybody, which I haven't. I'm just telling you my experiences and other people's experiences and what change you have to look out for per different owners. These establishments are actually pretty nice. They do teach you certain things. They do teach you, you know, this is a good place to work. It is fun if you have the right people, the right connections, the right attitudes. You know, not everybody is going to be very happy and giddy and just want to come to work. You know, you're going to have to deal with people's attitudes and little idiosyncrasies and little quirks and nonsense that they exhibit throughout a day. You know, some people are hot, some people are cold. You got to take them for who they are and move on. Don't get so frustrated that you can't do your job and focus on your client. Forget them, put them to the side. Do what you have to do and move on. So again, thanks for watching. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Oh yes, there will be a part 2. I don't care what corporation or whoever tells me you need to cease and desist. Oh yeah, I've gotten a letter or two like that on YouTube, and I still have the video up and running because I didn't paint you in a bad light. I didn't even say what specific store or corporation or where you're located. So if you're going to come after me, I mean, you know, you got to know what you're doing. I do. So with that being